What up, though, everybody? Welcome to the Rap Cave podcast. As always, I'm your host, Chris Platte, aka Platte Posh. Just check the engraving on my chalice. You see this? Courtesy of no free sponsors, but shout out. And I'm with my dogs. You know the usual suspects: B Mike, Biirdie, and for the second week in a row, my guy. Second week in a row, more like the fourth episode, because you popped through a couple of times back at the old studio.
Yeah,
my boy Chris.
We back at
My
it.
boy Chris.
We back at it.
What was it? You were hosting last week. You gave him a nickname. What was it?
Zeus.
Zeus.
Give me a nickname.
Zeus is back.
That's his nickname.
Zeus is back in the
Not
building.
given to
We
him by
back
me.
here.
That's just.
We back in action.
All right. We're rolling with that. I like it when everybody has nicknames. And of course, on the ones and twos, Big AP, holding it down, making sure the audio works, making sure everything works on the back end. shout out to you.
I'm hand cranking the wheel right now to get this shit powered.
Yeah.
So.
Running a fucking hamster on a wheel. But listen, man, I'm happy because this is the full disclosure. We had technical issues yesterday, and so we had to re-record. But I'm happy to talk about this again because this was the absolute best week in music. Like, honestly, I went back. I'll pull those little factoids up when I get there. I think there's a couple weeks that compare to this, but this was a fantastic week. So we won't spend too much time on the other shit. I did just want to point out, because Biirdie, me and you had a healthy conversation about it in the group chat. My boy, Nick Grant, and my boy JID, talk to both of them. No big deal. But, more like just tweet at them. But, it starts with Nick Grant doing a ask me anything type of thing, Who do you like in math class? Those type of things. But he's doing the ask me anything, and so his fans are asking him questions. He actually responded to mine when I asked him about the top 5 pens in the game. And so somebody said, yo, you want all this smoke with everybody, but you don't want smoke with JID or whatever. He'll out-rap you. I'm paraphrasing. I wish I could remember the tweet, but Nick Grant just quotes it and then just puts the cap emojis. So then, I think a day or two later, he goes on the Rory and Mal show because he's doing a press run for his album, I Took It Personal. And they brought it up. And Nick Grant said, hey, what's a JID quotable? Give me a JID quotable. Which is always unfair because you're putting somebody on the spot. But he did that, and then they were like, oh, come on, back and forth, blah, blah. And then Mal tried to break the tension and be like, yo, have you two done a record? You guys should do a record. Maybe it was Rory, I forget. And he goes, yeah, we recorded one, but it didn't come out for whatever reason. Just talking spicy. So, Nick Grant has made it clear he's with the smoke. He's ready to step in the booth with JID if JID wants to. And I just want to see how everybody feels about it. Because I think on one hand, you could look at it one way, but you could also look at it a totally different way. You could look at it on one hand like, okay, Nick Grant is kind of clout chasing here or whatever. But you also could look at it, that's the full context of it. You could look at it as he just talked his shit and stood on business.
So you could say.
Who's to say? I'll toss it to Zeus first. Where are you at with that? Do you feel like that is something that, first of all, do you feel like that was just him talking his shit, kind of staying on business, or do you think it was a little bit of a reach? And then secondly, what do you think, what would you expect that kind of battle to be?
Well, I like that there's this friction. I like that it's friction. I think it's music based. I don't think it's too deep into it. But it's definitely a battle brewing that'll be decided with bars, if you will. So JID, he's one of the best pens in the game. As far as the young guys go, He's been rapping really well for a very long time. So
How old is J.I.D.?
He ain't even that young.
He's
like
as far as
35.
young
He's in his 30s.
guys.
Yeah, he's in his
35.
Yeah, he's
30s.
like maybe like 33 to 35 somewhere in there. He's in his early
I think he was
mid-30s.
30 when DiCaprio 2 dropped. I think, honestly.
Let me get eyes on that.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping hard.
No, but he
Well,
does feel young because
34,
he did emerge in
Yeah,
2017,
but-
so he hasn't been on the scene like that long per se. I guess a healthy amount. Of time.
but he's been rapping for
Yeah.
quite some time.
Yeah.
So all of that's gonna come into a factor.
Yeah. I think him and Nick Grant. I think JID and Nick Grant both had their on the scene albums because I remember for Nick Grant it was Return of the Cool, and that was I think early 2017, and Never Story was 2017, early 2017 as well.
Yeah.
So I think they're the same class. They're the same like kind of peer group. Where are you at with it, Biirdie? How you feel about all of it?
I think
I'm
clear.
seeing you smiling over
I-
there. You
I
got
was-
something, bro.
Yeah, you got something to say.
I was daydreaming on some bullshit, but I think this clear as day, like cloud chase. I'm like he for sure just looking for a moment, only because like just the way it transpired is like, bro, you just quoted this random ass nigga on Twitter, knowing that like people gonna look at it and say something like, I don't know, bro.
I think both things could be true.
I think it's more so
One side.
than
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, it can both be true at the same time, but I can see if like I don't know how a Nick Grant and a JID would transpire at all for me to even give a scenario, but
I would love
I
to
could
see
see-
both
I
of
could-
them battling though.
I could see them working together. I could
Yeah.
also see them
Battling.
battling. I think what I said.
no, I'm not saying like them working together, no, but I'm saying like a situation to where that will lead to them beefing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I guess they got one song together, but it's
Well,
not
it's
like
just-
they in the same atmosphere
It was just like you said a couple.
that often.
I don't remember who you were quoting, but when you said like, the moment you start beefing with someone like that, you're not enemies, you're business partners or whatever. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, so it's like, how would that transpire? I think they both have good pen, but my whole thing though is that like, I think that JID would end up literally unrelated to the fact that he signed to Dreamville is like, kind of be a J. Cole. He seems too nice to do that shit. Where Nick Grant, I feel like, would come guns blazing.
I think JID is. I think he's.
I feel like he don't got that dog in him like that. He's
I
a
don't-
great rapper, but he just doesn't seem like he's.
Oh, that's tough to me because I remember when things got a little frisky with Pusha T in Dreamville. I remember, and JID was like, he called on Joe Budden podcast, and he was like, I'm with whatever, and that was back in the time where I think they're still close, but like, remember like him, Reason, and like that kind of like circle was like always kind of rapping together and whatever. And JID was talking like slick. He was like, "Yeah, I love Reason, but Reason knows I'll whoop his ass on the mic and shit like that." So like, he talks spicy, but I don't. We've never actually seen him like back it up. He even said that something like that on the freestyle where he was like, "Y'all want me to beef with whoever, but like, nah, like I'm not just gonna reach for some moment."
Yeah.
He said that in that freestyle where he had his high school tape and whatever.
I did think that was fucking one. It was over that Cardi beat. I forgot
Yeah.
which one.
Yeah, what Cardi beat was that? That JID freestyled over.
Cardi B.
Yeah, it was a Cardi beat. It was off I Am Music, right?
Either that or it was one of the singles beforehand.
Yeah, because I couldn't
What
tell
was the
you
song?
any of
What
this
song we talking
information.
about?
It was a 32 freestyle or whatever. He numbers his freestyles.
JID?
Yeah.
You said that like I just be listening to JID every fucking day.
But I thought you listened to that because
Hell
I
no.
said to the
Hell
yeah.
Wait, was
didn't
it recent?
get to
He rapped,
yeah, like
he
2
rapped
weeks
over
ago.
Hood by Air.
No.
So that was what last
Yeah,
year.
no, I ain't heard it. But yeah, no, that did come out last year.
No, it's pretty dope. But the video is just all his highlight tapes for when he played football.
Yeah. He just
He was cool. He was super cool.
yeah. He went to college for football. He played cornerback at somewhere. I don't remember where, but he played DB somewhere.
Yeah, I do think it's funny too, just like because he's like that's been a known fact about him. But then when you consider the fact that he's 34, that was like 2005, dog.
Yeah, that was what his dog, that grainy ass high school footage. Suddenly
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Suddenly it's not.
Someone went to Circuit City and bought a camcorder and sat up in the.
I
footage,
swear to you, you ain't lying. But yeah, no. JID versus Nick Grant would be dope just because they're different styles, and I think they're both high level rappers. So, if you're asking me on the spot who I go with, I would have to default to Nick Grant because I think JID has more versatility than Nick Grant in terms of styles and everything. Nick Grant is just what he is, but I think he would remain unbreakable. So to me, the way that beef would transpire, the way those diss records would transpire, is it would come down to, does JID adapt to Nick Grant? Like, does Nick Grant, like, who is the one that makes the adjustment? Like, we see that all the time in sports, like in basketball, like, you know, it's like you measure what team makes the adjustments, and usually the better team stays at their level, stays with their playing style, and then the other team makes the adjustment. And that's what we see a lot. And so I would assume that Nick Grant would be in a position where he's making JID adjust. But if JID doesn't adjust, if JID just has the versatility to like hit him with all these different angles, I mean, we saw that work for Kendrick in the Drake battle of like all the different angles. So I would probably lean Nick Grant because I just feel like he'd be unbreakable. I feel like every diss record with Nick Grant would make, like, I don't think he would pop out of left and do like something like that's not Nick Grant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's just kind of unshakable, like in his pocket.
Yeah.
And I feel like JID would then try to like figure out how to battle that. That's what I would think.
I don't know. If I'm JID, I'm just gonna lure bro in the whole battle. Like I just got to. Like
Because
that's a big advantage.
That's the one.
That's the one
I
advantage.
little bro,
Yeah.
the whole battle. Like yo, you ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Count the
You know what I'm
records.
saying?
Which
That's
is
why if I
biggest
would
thing.
take JID personally just based off following. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
that's-
I feel like because it's all
that's so much of rap battles. Like we saw that with Joey Badass. Like I don't necessarily.
It's the court of public opinion, and the court of public opinion knows JID much better than me.
Way more. So
I think it's almost an unfair bias leaning that way because of just the sheer knowledge of him over.
that's how I felt like it was at first with Joey Badass. Like then he ultimately proved to just like win, but at first it kind of felt like he was only winning off the fact that he was just like sunning Ray Vaughn. Like at first Ray Vaughn, I was like, I like how Ray Vaughn like was going. I like what he was doing, and then Joey Bass was kind of little broing him. Who are you? I know your boss. Blah blah blah. That type of shit.
Joey does have the accolades over.
And so
in technicality,
I thought that was working, but then ultimately he just proved to out rap him with like the West Coast beat they dropped too. Stylistically, like Joey Bass like won that on several levels. But to me, it was like at first it kind of felt like the little broing shit just works so well in a battle. It works fucking. It's damn near perfect.
All right, smallest of bros, go ahead.
It
talk
brings
your
out
shit.
it brings out the best of in a lot of artists too. So hopefully he gets a good diss record in,
Yeah.
and can blow from that because JID is like he's his pocket. He's really popular. He hasn't made that full transition, but if you invite that conflict that comes with beef and diss records,
That could be the thing. To take
that
to
could be the
next
thing,
level.
right? That
Yeah.
takes him to the
Because
next level.
That's a comment. We've talked about that a couple
With
times. on
Nick
this
Grant
podcast.
though, like is he about to build off Nick Grant? Is that what we
I
saying?
mean, sometimes it's just more about the song than it is about the actual beef.
I think being battle.
I think-
I like that is that's the difference. That's the conundrum of like he is like Nick Grant is technically like a little bro in that sense when it comes to like
Popularity.
longevity, and all that type of shit. But at the
Yeah.
same time, is like I think just being battle tested gets people talking about you no matter what. Like I bet that
Absolutely.
even when it came to like that Ray Vaughn shit, more people now know who Ray Vaughn is after that.
Yeah, for sure.
You
yeah,
know?
Ray
For
Vaughn.
sure. I think
But what about
Joey
Joey
Badass.
Badass?
Well, it got Joey Badass's name back in people's mouths. Too.
I think that's what it
Well,
did.
yeah,
It
he
more
been
so
away for a minute,
refreshed.
so-
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean. It's like, but we've talked about that with
I agree
JID.
with what
It's
you're
like
saying,
he
though.
needs that, like, because he's so talented, but will he ever push that threshold and cross over into being like a fucking superstar, or will he always kind of remain at this like B tier, kind of like where he's been?
I mean,
unable-
y'all know how I feel about that, but but that's a whole nother
Well,
thing. But
I'm
yeah.
not forming an opinion on it.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
we've just discussed.
I know,
that
yeah, no,
before,
that
yeah.
is that's always been the conversation for JID since like 2018.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it's been kind of there. So I think if you're still having a discussion 7 years later, you probably got your answer.
It's fucking, I'm telling you, on that EP a couple weeks ago or whatever, that Yachty song's hard as fuck.
Oh yeah,
So good.
yeah, no, that shit is fire. I'll just touch on this because we're talking about rap beef, but I don't want to stick with this because truth be told, I haven't even listened to it. But Skepta disjoiner Lucas after their little
See,
back
now
and
that's
forth
some
on the
shit
internet.
I don't need to hear nothing about.
I'm good.
Look, basically, Skepta, to summarize, Skepta was like, UK rap is better than US rap. And then Joyner Lucas said, hold my beer, and we're all like, hold on, dog. We don't mean you. Like,
And then this guy Drake, dude, I had to make sure that clip was real. I had to make sure I wasn't getting Daily Now because they're everywhere.
I got you.
Yeah. But I wasn't going to say you, but
It's all right. I'll take accountability.
but that was a funny
I
one.
got you.
But that Drake shit, that shit just was so annoying when he was like, "Hey, everybody knows that UK has the best lyricists. I love America, but UK, this is where it's at." Now, granted, where he's performing, context matters, playing to the home crowd, whatever. But like,
My boys in Glastonbury, like, I fuck with y'all, like, or whatever. Yeah.
I know, and so I know it is a bit of pandering, whatever, blah blah blah. You know, hey man, I'll just get the birds upset and say that Kendrick ran Drake out of America.
But there's just like, the thing is just.
It was just stupid. It's wrong. It's wrong, dog. There's no way on earth UK, London rappers rap better than American rappers. They rap, sure, but he was like lyrics. He's like, I'm talking bar for bar. Bro, no fucking chance.
Well, and we're also if we're talking sample size, if we're talking UK rappers that even are in the debate is like 5. Like that, there's not.
I think the discussion just speaks more to the state rap that we're currently in. Because I was just talking to my brother about it a few days ago. Like a lot of these new rappers, you know what I'm saying, aren't the best. And I was just reading an article earlier today as well that a lot of the older rappers are still better than the younger rappers.
Yeah.
And so
We'll get to that in a second.
I think when it comes to like per average, they probably do have better lyricists than us on average, rapper. Because I'm sure. Well, they're probably
we got way more versatility. Like rap is so much bigger than what it started as.
It is, but like he said, lyricist is not really like. We obviously got the best style in the fucking world when it comes to music, like period. Like, so that's not even a question. But when it comes to overall putting music together, like
lyricism,
we shitting on the UK like clear as day. But like when it comes to lyricism,
take all that shit out of it.
You take all that other shit out of it. He might be right.
Yeah, that's what they're focused on right now.
UK rap.
I wouldn't say better,
but
that's where the competition.
I don't fuck with UK rap, but every time I do listen to UK rap, like rappers from the UK, like they always like actually talking about something, like always got some type of substance. Like it's usually not what's that nigga name over there? He like a
Central C.
No, not Central C. He like a
Dave.
He kind of like a mumble rapper,
Stormzy?
but it's not a lot of them over there that be like doing that mumble rap shit for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
His name like Lancey Foe, something like that.
I
You know what I'm
I've
talking
heard
about? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like it's not a lot of them over there as compared to over here. Like we got a shitload of them. You know what I'm saying?
And my thing is too though, y'all wouldn't even have drill music if it wasn't for Chicago. So
That's a
y'all
fact.
pipe down. Like,
That's a fact.
Yeah, I
they'll
just
still be on that Dave shit. Because Dave came out a minute ago, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
middle
he's been
school
out
type
what
shit,
we do here goes around the world. Like we're like the most popular country. You know what I'm saying?
everybody
watches
everybody's
American
trying
TV.
mimic. Bro, y'all got a discussion when it comes to basketball. But leave the fucking rap. Dog, we are dusting you. I promise. That was a very. You said some very nice words about the UK, Biirdie, but no, no. I'm not even entertaining that discussion. I get if you want to do the averages, but like, dog, we are shitting on them. Absolutely.
Well,
I don't give a fuck.
Our schools are in the shooting gallery.
That's facts. Y'all do have safer schools. I'll give you that. But when it comes to rap, dog, stay the fuck home when it comes to like, dog, I'm telling you, I'm just not entertaining that. I am hard-headed. I am stubborn on that. I love a lot of the UK rappers. I'm probably the most tapped in on the UK scene on this pod. I don't know, maybe not, but I'd like to say I'm pretty up there. But no, bro, no, just absolutely fucking not. We're not talking about averages. We're talking about overall. Get in the booth. Your best versus our best. We're fucking washing you.
Yeah, like
Drake wasn't talking about overall. That's the thing though. He said lyricism.
No, that's what I mean. Like overall, like I'm speaking to lyricism. No, I'm speaking to lyricism. But I thought you were saying, hold on. So that maybe I misunderstood your point then.
What?
Were you saying that, like, on average, the average
UK rapper is more lyrically better than the average rapper in America?
Well, when the average is 500 is
500,
5,000 rappers here, and there's 5 UK
That's a fact.
rappers.
Exactly,
That's a fact,
The
bro.
average is much.
That's a fact. But
I could get
I'm saying
100
but
rappers
if
to
we-
just clean up
even
anybody
if-
that
even if
ever
we
exists
did-
in the UK.
Even if we did do like the average, bro, listen, like it's like the laser dims, 2 slime. He's like, bro, it's a bunch.
There's
of
a lot of
these.
bullshit out
Like
here.
There's-
a bunch. Like it's ridiculous how much bullshit that's like.
Gamer tag ass.
You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
get
going
you.
on nowadays.
That's
like,
what I'm saying,
especially
like-
with the youth.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying overall, and I think that's gonna transition
But
to our next
my
point.
thing is like with our top lyricists is just like they overall package, like including lyricism is just shitting on the UK. So it's like if we did have like 20 UK rappers against our top 20
Hell,
American
send out the
rappers,
fucking B team,
Bro,
the C
it's
team.
fucking-
I'm not worried about it.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like we literally might as well just send out our motherfucking
That's why I'm not
bench,
entertaining
our
it.
bench, like
That's
you know
why
what
I'm not
saying?
entertaining it, bro.
Yeah,
That's
but
like-
it's like I don't know. I can see where you're going, but I do see it more as pandering than anything. I don't think
Yeah,
he
it was-
truly believe that as
Yeah.
because he didn't say it as like as I'm thinking about it like per average. Like obviously
And
he just saying
Yeah.
it.
One thing
You know what I'm
that-
saying? But I'm just thinking like
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Shoot them
UK
some
rap.
bail.
I'm thinking about UK rap and it's like okay,
Yeah.
like I can kind of see it.
I
but-
don't disagree with like the average point, but again, when it's 5,000 versus 500 or like
Yeah.
10,000, like
And-
No,
to
no,
me, I don't
facts.
give a fuck about averages. Sample size is way bigger.
Yeah, and one thing I will say also in terms of pandering, I do think it kind of is, but at the same time, is that what I will give Drake is that Drake has always had his hand in the pot of UK rap.
Always. I was gonna say that,
Long
swear to
before it
God.
was even as popular as it is
Swear to
now.
God, I was gonna
So
say
like,
that.
it's
No,
not
yeah.
like it's not like he
I-
just went there one time and was like,
Facts.
oh yeah, I fuck
Like,
with y'all
I
more.
swear
like,
I heard-
No, I
he's been kind of.
No,
I think that's how I
100%.
heard of Dave Loki was Drake
Probably
listening to
through
him.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was sounding
Yeah,
so
Dave-
fucking
bro,
garbage,
Dave's
dog.
still-
That's my thing. That should just be sounding garbage. Like outside of motherfucking Central C and Skepta, like bro, I cannot get with that shit, bro.
Dave's my favorite of the UK. Dave or
Bro,
Lil
Dave
Sims,
just be,
but
I don't know, he just be
Dave-
sounding stupid, bro.
It's just hard to take
you know
the
what I'm
accent
saying?
seriously.
It's
sometimes.
sound.
bro, when
That-
he said
bro.
when he said my house got wings like my favorite cars, I was like, dog, he was cooked, bro. I'm a Dave guy. I'm pro Dave.
I can't claim
I
to
do.
be that.
I will say that Skepta's a legend though, for sure.
Yeah, Skepta,
Yeah.
Skepta cold. I
Yeah.
fuck with Skepta heavy.
So I don't want to stick
So-
too much on
sorry,
it. Oh,
Chris,
go ahead.
You're about to say something.
Nah, I said I can't claim to be a Dave fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never,
I think he's dope.
I've never really dove into him. I've never like hated. I know he's a good lyricist. He's real storytelling, shit like that. You know.
So we kind of set this up. Go ahead. Were you about to say something?
You
I was about to
ever
transition.
heard the Drewski the UK song he made?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that shit
Bro,
so
that's
fucking
bro.
funny,
He's so
dog.
I saw a clip of Drewski the other day, and someone was like, "Don't lose too much
Don't
weight.
lose
You
too much
ain't
weight,
gonna
on
be
God.
funny, dog."
Oh God, you just gonna be looking funny at that point.
Bro, that man popped up on a Justin Bieber album. We're gonna get to that. Clipse, Justin Bieber, all of that. Larry June, Boldy James, man, it was a hell of a week, Giveon. But first, I did want to touch on this. This might end up making a longer pod just because there's so much new music. So I didn't want to do a lot of new stuff. But I thought this was interesting because we've had this conversation before. Doechii popped out and said it was an interview with British Vogue. Them damn, they just keep popping up. But no, Doechii said this generation has no superstars. Quote, "We don't really have a superstar this generation just yet because there hasn't been enough time. When I look at pop culture right now, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what does a Doechii superstar look like? What does it take to make that? I have no clue," end quote. So, to me, I think, first of all, I think it's bullshit, her point that there's not enough time.
I don't think that's not valid at all.
That's not valid at all.
Because you could be an overnight success.
There's been yes, there's overnight success, and on top of that, if you think about it, typically, so like you have your Pacs, your Bigs, your Nas's, and you have your J's, your M's, your like you have your eras. None of those eras have lasted as long as the big three. Like those guys are still on top right now. And I think that speaks to directly the lack of somebody coming to take that spot. Because I don't think you give up that spot. I don't think M or J or them gave up that. Well, you could argue J because J did kind of step away.
Yeah,
and
some people like figuratively pass it to
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I think she was ironically just talking about like the level of rap that's going on right now. Like
for sure, but
like it's just weak right now. So that's why
right.
there's no
And I don't
superstars.
disagree with that, but I think that's more of something. I think that's more of something that's like you can't blame that. You can't to me blame that on time. I'm not shooting her no bill, and I do think, by the way, I will say this a million times. I think the next generation got absolutely screwed with Juice and X's passing. Mm-hmm. I think they were going to absolutely be those guys. I don't think Kendrick and Drake and Cole are as big as they are. We still obviously have a place for them, but I don't think they're as big as they are now if those passings didn't happen. I really do think that. Now, you can look at those two artists I named being a different style than the big three for sure, but I think star power wise, they've had their opportunities for star powers, and then unfortunate circumstances have transpired and results in passings and things like that. But yeah, I think it goes to what you talked about earlier, and what you brought up is like, yeah, there's just not a lot of spitters, and yes, you all want to make music that sounds good, but ultimately at the end of the day, you need words to connect. You need that bar that just hits you. You need I helped her get up on her feet just to see her walk away. Like, you need that line that just hits you like, damn, that fucking hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, you need that in rap. Rap is lyric based. It always has been. Obviously, there's a sonic layer to it first. It has to sound good.
And not that there's anything wrong with that, but that also
I think nobody's been able to connect with the generation, and I think that's.
I think Juice was the best example because like I do have like a feeling like, I mean, X was blowing up very quickly at the time and stuff. I don't know because we're about 10 years out from his first like blow. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he would still be quite at the level that he was. I think I don't know if he still would have been putting out.
I don't know if he would have been putting out rap albums, but I think he would have been a superstar.
Juice would have been a fucking superstar. For
sure.
Yeah,
Juice would have. Juice would have been a household name. I think so too.
I think so. No, I think so. I think he would, but I don't know if it would have.
I don't know if either of them would have been hip hop superstars.
I think Juice WRLD would have surpassed X in almost any conversation.
I think Pop Smoke would have been a superstar.
Yes, that's another one that I think.
Smoke.
Huh?
Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
I think that is another
Yeah.
unfortunately the ones that like establish themselves like ultimately untimely unfortunate
but
things happen.
Laser
Yeah,
dim,
they're
take the
following.
torch.
But I think like she just used like I don't know if I want to say she using the word superstar loosely or whatever, but it's like the game for sure still got superstars. Like
It
I would
does.
say the Migos is of our time. They're superstars for
Yeah,
sure.
that's of
Yeah.
the same generation of Kendrick and Drake.
I wouldn't say,
No,
you don't think so?
2011? Yeah.
they're like 2012, 2013, but I still would say because
I'd
Kendrick and
still
them
say
started
that
rapping
same.
at like
They
I
started
know
rap-
Drake started rapping before 2010.
They started rapping earlier.
Drake was on the scene 2009.
but they're-
Migos was on the scene what 2011, 12.
I think it was like 2012. Nah,
I mean,
2012
So
was like
I
what
wouldn't
year?
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
put that
call-
far
It was
enough.
like 2013, 2014.
I wouldn't call Migos
when
superstars.
the band though.
No,
I'm
because-
talking about first, like when everybody
Yeah.
know them, not when they
I
started
know.
rapping. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to hear that.
I know.
When they first started popping, whatever that first song was,
Let me see what they're like. Cause
I think that's of our generation.
So
Not-
would you
Was it
say
Bando or was
then
it
you would
Hannah
say
Montana?
Travis is a
was it
different
Hannah
generation
Montana
than
or
Kendrick
Versace?
and
Versace was probably the biggest. That's
Oh,
I think
whichever one of them came out first, they both was pretty big.
so you would say for sure. So then by that metric you would because I don't want to argue you on that. You would say then for sure Travis is a different generation because he didn't pop till 2015. So you would say that's separate
He
from
didn't pop till 20. I don't know about
So
that. He was still a big
yeah
name.
Rodeo.
He was still a big name before then, though.
So-
Not like a big name as in who he is right now, but he was known. Like he wasn't like no, like
But how
Migos
much more-
wasn't.
how
Migos
much
wasn't
more
like
was he
Migos
known?
wasn't like a known as group before the whichever Versace or Hannah Montana.
Yeah,
came out.
it was Versace.
Yeah,
was
but
the
that's what-
breakout, which was in 2013.
They
I
were
think
rapping before
what confuses me is because then after that comes out, I go back and listen to No Label, which came out in 2012, which has like I think like fucking whatever, a couple of Jumping Up Jim, Hannah Montana, whatever, some of those hits. But like I still
No,
consider
they
that
was
of
much after
because
that.
although like Drake had a little time in the game or whatever. But that was when they reached that superstar status. That's when Good Kid, Mad City's coming
Yep,
out.
Good
That's
Kid's
when
2012,
fucking
yeah.
Nothing Was the Same is coming out. So that's
Born
what
Sinner was
he did
2011. Cole was a
Drake
star
already
by
had-
then.
Drake already had a couple of
yeah,
of
Cole
hits.
was on fire way before.
But I,
Yeah.
I think that 2000.
That's what I'm saying.
When it comes to them three, 2012 and 2013 is when they became the household name, the big three of that
and
shit.
Migos
So-
to me came 2013.
Then if that's the case, then
2014.
Migos and them, because you're not about to tell me that
Migos
Versace
and
and Hannah Montana was on the same level as the breakout of Good Kid, Mad City, and fucking what J. Cole album was.
I agree.
Was that? You know what I'm saying?
2014
Like,
Forest Hills Drive.
Wait, what
Or are
do
you
mean,
talking
what
before
best?
that, Born Sinner?
before Born Center, because the
Oh,
album before
Sideline
that,
Story.
Sideline Story that
Yeah.
had Who That. That's when. That's
That was-
really
oh,
that
yeah.
was his breakout year.
Oh, no,
Whenever Who
10,
That
11.
That was
dropped,
10. I
that's
think
his breakout
2010.
year. Yeah. So
But no, I mean, I'd argue that they all. I mean, Drake had a little bit of stake. Kendrick had a little bit of stake too. But like, I think that time period was when now every fucking body knows.
because
who they
Take
are.
Care is not Drake's breakout album.
No.
That's
No,
what
he
I'm
was
saying,
breakout
Tom
So
Looking.
Far Gone.
Yeah. So far gone. That's what I'm saying. I think
And Migos started. in
these
2000
kind of like two separate generations.
But Migos started in 2008 also. So that's the thing. Is like I don't think it's separate generations. at all.
Yeah.
Nobody heard of Migos in 2008.
Yeah, but nobody knew who Kendrick was really either.
Whenever Rigor Mortis ADHD came out, what was that, like 2010?
That's
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
All right, so, I guess we could separate
The
Drake
difference of
and...
2 years, I think, is the same generation. Personally.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. That's why I wanted to. I think you were misinterpreting my Travis Scott thing. If Travis Scott to me is a household name by 2015, right? Rodeo. He's now that's superstar.
So are you saying
Before that he
household
was
name?
bubbling.
Are you equating superstar with household names?
I think that's the.
I think that's a
that's-
fair. I think that maybe that's an extreme metric. Maybe like because I think superstar.
Well, superstar is that's an ambiguous term.
'Cause-
it is.
yeah.
It is, for sure.
There's no really
Right.
like set
But
definition
you
of it.
would say when would you say Travis Scott was superstar? 2015, right? Rodeo, because that's when I would say. He was bubbling before that,
I
but
don't know. I don't like
Yeah.
Travis Scott. Follow him enough.
I know.
To fucking-
I know.
I mean,
I know, but
I
that's what I'm
heard
saying.
Upper
Too
Echelon when
funny.
that dropped on MTV Jams. would we consider that his breakout? I don't think so.
I think what was Mamacita was
Those days before.
that's
Days before, that was
or
2014,
whatever
right?
song,
Or
whatever song
2015?
he dropped with ASAP Ferg around that time, he was becoming a superstar. It was a video to it. It was actually a good song. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it Ferg's song or was it?
It was Travis Scott's song. I'm pretty sure.
Here, man, let me look it up.
So yeah, so okay.
But if we saying household
But
names,
you would say by
least-
your metric then, would you say that that's a different generation than Kendrick and Drake and Cole?
I don't know. I'm kind of.
Or would you say that they're together?
Uptown.
Uptown? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confusing myself on some shit
Yeah.
I'm saying too at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. It's all so blurry to me. I do look at Travis Scott as like in the same generation, but like the later part of the Kendrick, Drake, Cole generation. That's how I personally look at it. I feel like a generation is probably anywhere from like 5 to 7 years, something like that. I'm just kind of spitballing a number.
So Travis Scott, that's okay. Then do
Like I would put
That's
Uzi on the
like
tail
the
end of the Kendrick, Drake, Cole era. I would put him on like the tail
I
end,
feel like
or
that's-
maybe he's the start of the next.
Start of the
I
next.
feel like the
maybe.
start of the next was never SoundCloud era, or
So- and that was
we
Uzi.
could put it wherever
Here, get the mic a
Wherever
little
Chief-
closer, just for
wherever
sound,
Chief
yeah.
Keef
That's 2011.
started. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
To me,
Let's
those
not-
are like generation gaps right there. Like those are marks where the generation divide. The old heads
Happen,
hate the
yeah.
fucking the young shit that's going on. Like you see it. Like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But-
I mean,
but-
or well, no, actually, never mind. I don't want to say that. That's way
My
way
argument,
before.
my one argument would be like, there's an actual name for that time period being the blog era.
Yeah.
Like, and so
Right.
that kind of loosely
Does
sets
make
the
it a
precedent
generation,
of
yeah.
of the generation. Plus,
You're
I
right.
mean, again, the lines are so blurred. Like even with like age generations, like. Platte, you and I are like.
Bro, we literally
we're-
Googled,
You and I
like-
are at the very beginning of Gen Z, but we still kind of operate like millennials as it is
But
because we were.
Me
unaccustomed.
and my girl looked it up, and it was like one article said Gen Z starts here, one article said Gen Z starts here, and they were different dates. Like it's just so fucking. It is all like it's all loose. But starting with
in my head that generation I like 2009 to like 2014 ish is all grouped together in my
that's
head.
how that's I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of where I feel. Like 2014, 2015 to 2009, I would say is kind of its own thing. But sticking with like this part, and then we'll get to new music because we got a lot of new music to talk about. But the no superstars today. What do you guys think if you had to pick one reason? Because I said to me it was that the lyricism. There hasn't been somebody that's lyrically been able to connect enough while also being sonically pleasing. That goes without saying. But
someone that checks all the boxes.
yeah, someone that checks all the boxes. I don't quite think you had that. I think we were really hoping that we had that in Lil Baby, but it was one dimensional. It was one dimensional. But he was absolutely he absolutely had at the very least a superstar moment.
Well,
Yeah.
I do think it goes back to a point that I've made many times on this program of oversaturation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's harder to when the sample size is so big, it's hard to find the needle in the haystack. You know, of like, oh, this guy's got it all, because there's so much more to choose from, and it's so much more music is so much more disposable now than it once was.
Do you
know?
think
Right,
it's
yeah.
that too, that rap's has spanned so far in terms of its pockets that it's just almost impossible to have a superstar?
I don't think
Because
that-
I think that could be part of the equation.
I don't think that necessarily, but I think it's a lot. It's weird. Well, it's like the ups and downs are like, okay, it's more accessible and easier than ever for anyone. If you have a laptop and a microphone, you can make music. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's literally all you need. But at the same time, everybody being able to make music with just a laptop and a microphone opens the playing field and fucking flood the floodgates for a bunch of bullshit, which makes it just more shit to sift through. Where it was much more limited release wise. Like, it started with SoundCloud, really, is where you started to get like the accessibility factor. But now that it's so easy to even get on streaming, it's like you don't even have the separation of like, okay, well, this person is still independent uploading to SoundCloud. You have your heavy hitters who are on the streaming services, So now it's like you don't really have clear lines of like, okay,
Yeah.
this is where I find this person, this is where I whatever, you know.
And I think that it's that coupled with the fact that a lot of the infrastructure that was there for people to decide what was the number one, what is the number two, the actual order of things. This generation really doesn't respect those infrastructures anymore.
Mhm.
Billboard, a lot of people look at the Apple listings, but the same way you look at the Apples, you can look at the Spotify. The same way you look at the Spotify, you can look over at, Tidal or whatever other streaming service. And then there's the whole debate of what streams are, what streams are really worth.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So I think when you couple all of that together, it's just a different time. It's just a different time. And with the overconsumption of music, it's just hard to choose. It's just hard to nail down one given artist that's there all the time, that's given. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're programmed next week. What's dropping next week?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And also so much.
I agree. That's a great point.
So much of superstardom now starts not with the music but on social media.
Yeah, with the branding. Yeah,
It's so much more about how you market yourself now than the music itself. You know what I mean? So I think that separates it too, because now you're not just a musician. You're also a social media manager. You're fucking, you're planning, you're streamlining all of this shit at one time, which leaves you less time to focus on the music because you have to focus on the pushing yourself, because it's up to you ultimately at the end of the day now, because everyone has the tools. So like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I think that it's like, I think it's a combination of all those things. Also, that
I agree.
I think lyricism isn't necessarily as like respected as
Yes.
it once was, which not
Valued,
to even sound like
yeah.
an old head, because I do understand also like not everything needs to be like that. I've liked a lot of bullshit music that I knew
Yeah.
wasn't good, but I just liked it
Yeah.
for my whole life.
Because
But,
it
like,
sounds good. Yeah.
Because I whatever. But like, yeah, so I think it's a combination of all those things. I
Yeah.
think it's
What about you, Biirdie?
oversaturation, accessibility, and the way that people are operating now.
If you had to add a reason to discussion, or you can obviously, we stated a few, and I agree. I think it is everything we've said so far. But if you had to pick a reason of why there's been this kind of gap without superstars, what would you say it is?
The accessibility. Like people are way more accessible to getting the mic and saying whatever and doing whatever. And so far, the easiest trend is mumble rap. So it kind of waters down the scene, I feel like, and that's what kind of like creates that gap or like a void to where I feel like superstardom can only go so far now, like that everybody is so like I can upload any day, make music any day, anytime, as opposed to how it was back then. Like back then I feel like studio time was way more valued.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
'Cause,
Like
I could, if I wanted to, I could fart into a microphone and upload it to Apple Music literally right now. Like,
Yeah.
there's no checks and
You
balances.
can have a studio in your house.
Yeah,
like
such
it's-
as-
yeah,
such as we
yeah,
do
such
here,
as we do here. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like,
yeah,
I think that's a gift and a curse in a
yeah.
sense.
It's beautiful that like
I just-
everybody has the access to make music, but at the same
in a
time,
perfect world, I think everyone should try it at some point in their lives.
Yeah.
But also, that it opens the floodgates
That waters
for a
it-
lot of bullshit.
yeah,
You know
it
what I
waters
mean?
it down.
Facts.
All right, let's jump to new music, because man, it was a great week of new music. I just want to say, we got obviously Clipse album, we got Givion's
Great
album, we
album.
got Larry June, we got Deontay Hitchcock drop, Boldy James drop, Public Enemy drop, singles drop from Larussell and Lil Jon. D Smoke dropped another single with Larussell. 2 Chainz dropped a single. Justin Bieber dropped an album. Guys, like, it was a hell of a week. Honestly, everything I named, like, that's a crazy, crazy list to happen all in one week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'll let you guys kind of go around the room before I do my thing about how does this week of music stack up compared to other weeks in the history of rap. But what's something you guys want to talk about? Do we want to just start with the Clipse, or do we want to get to some of the other stuff first?
Clipse is probably the longest discussion, so
Might as well.
Let's do
What you
Clipse.
think? Leave it last or
yeah, I
first?
think leave it last.
Leave it last.
Leave it last. All right. All right.
JB album was fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fire album.
I liked it.
It was fire. It's the whole everything about it is weird, but yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
the fact that it's swag,
why
but
is it
it's like
called swag?
R&B.
That is like the most like nothing about that album sounds like the word swag.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Drewski,
He and his
Drewski's
Michael
on
Jackson bad era, you know.
it. What's that?
He and his Michael Jackson bad era,
That's a take.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
a strong take.
You know what I'm saying?
It was cool though. Like I respect Justin Bieber. He's a great singer, and when I saw swag though, I like expected him to have some like
Yeah,
like,
grimy rap shit or
rap-
whatever.
rap
Or
or
yeah,
something. But
yeah.
it was
I agree.
cool. I didn't. There's nothing I heard on it that I disliked. I mean, it's pretty much what I kind of would expect from a Justin Bieber album. He's still got it. He's always gonna be able to make good music till the day he dies. It's fucking built into him. You know.
Yeah.
How that Giveon was hitting. Giveon. How you pronounce his name?
Give you,
I don't know. I don't know, and that's my man's. I don't know. I think it's Giveon. Look, I had sky high expectations for this album coming into it. Y'all know I talked about it for weeks. The singles were absolutely fire. My expectations were so high that I actually got nervous when the album dropped. And he smashed those expectations. I honestly think this is an all-time R&B album. I think this album is phenomenal. I put this album up there with a lot of the best R&B albums that came out the last decade. This shit is amazing. I have not stopped listening to it since it dropped. It's really been, there was a lot of good drops. Shout out Larry June. Shout out Boldy James. Shout out Deontay Hitchcock. They all three of them dropped phenomenal bodies of work. I haven't even gotten the chance to respin those yet, just because I respun the Larry June a little bit. Shout out to Larry June. Also, it's funny that 2 Chainz dropped a single same week Larry June dropped, because those two are just connected at the hip, I guess. But salute to all of them. But I cannot get this Giveon album out my head. The singing is absolutely phenomenal. His pen is on another level. The instrumentation is just perfect. It's got that timeless feel to it, man. This is that one that if you tapped out of R&B for a while, I get it. I like a lot of the new R&B, but I also love the old R&B that I grew up on. This has that. This has that, just that timeless feel to it. So I love it. To me, I'll give my full thought at the end, because I'm debating who gets the gold medal between Clipse and Giveon, and I got my answer. But before I do that, man, this is his one to me. Sequencing, delivery, everything about it is spectacular. I think this is his like magnum opus. I truly think Beloved is a phenomenal album. Great. Happy that it came out in the summertime too. Perfect for warm weather. I love that album. Did anyone else get a chance to hear that album?
The Giveon one, no. I did not have a chance.
That's okay. I gave it enough flowers.
I do want to. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I get picky with certain R&B. I like more upbeat R&B. I'm not.
This isn't that. Yeah.
I'm not as much.
This
of a
is slow.
Singing in the rain R&B.
This is slow. This is
leather trench coat, no shirt.
This
underneath,
is he is in like a super, like he's in a mansion all alone, and he's got like this like golden chalice, much kind of like what I got, and he's just kind of singing. And he's just kind of singing his heart out. There's a little piano in the corner. He's just sitting down. 25-foot ceilings type music. That's what this is.
Yeah, might not be my speed.
Yeah,
I'm more like
that's my
I like
bad.
Tory Lanez like R&B or
Yeah.
kind of like Chris Brown.
I like that too.
Type shit.
I like that too.
I know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have ever played.
You wanna wear
this album.
you wanna wear a suit when you listen to this album.
Oh yeah.
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 Not the album got a dress code.
I swear.
And I kind of, like
tap in.
hearing what he did on God Did, I kind of just got like this feeling of exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
He's dope. Though. Like I have a lot of respect for him. I'll still go and listen to the album, but it I feel like it may not be.
You want to give me something too? Thank you.
It may not be perfectly up my wheelhouse per se.
Yeah. No.
Or in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I could see. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, knocked out the park.
I gotta tap in.
I knew it would be. I mean, that's like fucking Christmas for you.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, that shit was amazing. The Larry June one was dope too. I just wanted to highlight that because he always delivers. I don't really got a lot to say on it because it's just always he has a level of quality that he always delivers. He consistently delivers it. I appreciate people like him and Boldy where you know exactly what you're getting, but that's not a negative.
Yeah, for sure.
And so
lifestyle music, man.
Yeah, lifestyle music. Oh, the Black Sea, he snapped on his feature, by the way. Shout out to Black Sea. He snapped on his feature, but Larry June's having a great year.
Yeah, Larry June has this way of describing exactly what is in front of him, exactly what's going on at the moment, and making that shit
perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. And not to blow up my spot, but Biirdie, do you mind grabbing the little bit of mixer for me if you don't mind? A little bit of that whiskey. Yeah, the one on the table. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Larry June. I say Larry June is my favorite artist from this generation.
Larry June is so cold. Yeah.
Oh, you're a big Larry June fan.
Yeah, big Larry June.
I'm surprised, man. You're Mr. ATL with it.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't from
He's
Atlanta.
ATL.
You know he's not from Atlanta.
I just listen to good music.
He's
man.
he's ATL adjacent though.
I just listen to good music.
He got the pass. He just did a project with 2 Chainz. Shout out.
I had to put him on that Larry June.
He's cold.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Put him on.
I just think it's like Larry June has a way of just describing exactly what's happening in front of him.
In a
it
dope
just
way.
sounds cold as fuck.
In a dope way. Shout out to Larry June.
Windows are down, sun's out, smoking, whatever. It's just like it's great.
3-piece riding. That shit still is stuck.
He make cool
in my head.
music, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him. And Boldy again raps his ass up per usual. Different production always, every time, but the quality is always the same. So shout out to Boldy as well. Y'all know how I feel about Boldy. I give it up on Boldy all the time.
I do love Boldy, but I haven't listened yet out of protest, as
No
I
free
mentioned before,
sponsors?
because I think he's dropped too many times this year. But
Yeah.
this is like his 5th or 6th album this year, which I mean I respect the hustle, but
Yeah. I mean, he got in an accident. I honestly think that's where a lot of it came from. It's like
he's like, all right, I'm back at it. Yeah.
hunger. Yeah, I think that just brought a hunger to him, and I think you hear that in the music. I wanted to highlight too before we get to clips. I just wanted to highlight again the 2 Chainz, dope single. He's doing something with that soundtrack. I have no idea if that's a movie, if it's what. Hold on, let me pull that up.
What was it for?
But it's a soundtrack song. So he dropped the other one with like the Isley Brothers sample, which was really dope.
Yeah, that was like probably like a month ago.
Yeah. Red Clay. I don't know if that's a movie or a TV show or what. Oh, from the upcoming short film. Okay, so it is a short film. But yeah, so that was dope. One of my favorite Johns this week was that Larussell Lil Jon song. I fucking love that song. I don't know if anybody else loves it. I played it before the start of the pod.
It's fine.
That's my shit.
It's not making it on my playlist.
That is going to be
He
heard
sound like
for the rest of the year for
too
me.
short on there, but like weaker.
Extremely short on there.
Very little.
It was cool.
But but like I said before the show, is like, you know, I'm always the big like versatility guy, but I also do respect Lil Jon for being able to make the exact same music for 25 years.
And it works.
Granted, he more so a hype man than anything.
Yeah.
Just going there and just
Yeah,
scream some
yeah,
shit.
that's all.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all he
Shout
did
out
on
to
this
Lil
record.
Jon.
And it's
Lil
crazy.
Jon is
I don't
great.
know if there's this. I saw this video of him.
Shout out to
recording.
Russell, man. I'm a big fan of Russell. What
I-
he's doing.
I saw this video of him recording Lil Jon, and when you like hear his music, it sounds like he popping blood vessels on the mic. But he literally is so calm.
I believe it.
he like barely moves his like face, but he can just like scream so loud.
That's crazy because I would imagine him like almost jumping, being like, "What?"
No, he literally he like barely moves his mouth.
Wow,
and
that's
he
insane.
Can do that like fucking. That boy has a projecting ass voice for.
That's insane. The other Larussell single that he put out, Larussell single, was with D Smoke. That shit was fire. Y'all know I'm a D Smoke guy. I think I'm probably the only D Smoke guy on this podcast, but I fuck with D Smoke. So that was a really, really dope record. I enjoyed that a lot. But let's talk about the big one. Let's talk about the big drop. The one that everybody listened to. What was that?
My phone.
Oh, okay. You're good. Clipse album, man. Pusha T, no Malice. After the long,
This is
strenuous rollout.
This is Malice.
This is
Yeah,
Malice.
this
No
is
more.
Malice.
No, that is not no Malice. He definitely had Malice on this album.
Yeah.
He definitely had Malice on this album. But this Clipse album, man, I love it. I love that a rap album was getting like this much attention and eyes before it dropped. That was really dope. The production to me was dramatic. Although it was dramatic, it was thematic, but although it was all Pharrell based, you could tell Pusha T went to school of Ye. This was a lot of like Pharrell making Ye beats.
Yeah.
I felt like.
Because as much as I fully understand him not talking to Ye anymore, and like
Yeah.
I understand, but like so much of Ye is embedded into the way that Pusha T makes music too. So.
I agree 100%. So to me, it was dope. The So Be It that was teased on the original, and then the part 2 on the album was a different beat.
So much better.
Yeah, you like that beat so much better. I thought that's just like a slick little fire thing to do. Like drop a song, and then put it out.
I think it was sample clearance. I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that because the album was done for a year. So like I would imagine that gave you plenty of time to clear up that sample if you wanted.
Yeah, and well, that was one point I saw that was true too. Is like because everyone's been talking about how like impressive this rollout has been for this album.
Yeah.
And somebody pointed out, it's like, this is what happens when you finish the music so far in advance. You
Yeah.
have the time for this. You're
To
not
think
fucking
about, yeah.
last minute flipping shit. But you never know. Sample clearance can take much longer than
You're
you
right.
expect
It could honestly
And-
be that.
and literally, like, because that would make sense also because it just got uploaded to streaming, like, this week.
Yeah.
Or this weekend, it got the original got uploaded to streaming.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe it took too long and they had to turn it in.
I don't know. In your world, that other sample, that original sample, would have been denied.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no shit, they didn't get that cleared. They shouldn't have.
But no, I thought all things considered, this was a great album. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. But the tempo, the EBI TDA, we were just learning the acronyms before the pod. I don't remember what that one was, but the tempo reminded me of Old Ye. It was really dope. Nas absolutely came through with his feature. That beat change was fire, and Nas rapped his ass off. There's a few talking points on this. Also, fantastic Tiny Desk concert. I'll let everybody get their overall thoughts before we get to kind of there's a few talking points I want to hit about the album. I want to talk about Pusha T versus Malice in terms of who you think rap better, and I want to talk about obviously the big feature and everything surrounding that. So, Biirdie, I'll start with you. When it came to this album, what was just your overall thoughts?
Fire album, definitely the top 3.
Hard to beat Swamp is though.
One thing, very hard to beat Swamp is.
You see, he tried. He pulled out the
He
big
pulled
guns.
out DJ Clue on. I said, oh,
He tried to counter. Trendsetter.
I think one thing like about this album that stood out to me is like I know Pusha T and Malice is twins, but Malice sound way older than Pusha T. Like,
doesn't
he sound like he
I
was.
don't think they're twins.
Yeah, they're not twins.
They're not twins.
No, I think Malice is older brother.
I don't know.
They're close in age.
Yeah,
Listen,
I don't think they're that
my
far.
whole life,
Thought they were
I've been
twins.
thinking these niggas was twins.
Let's
like,
look
dead
that up.
serious.
I'll look it up.
Alright.
I think me and my cousins been saying this since we was kids, so
That's
I guess I
crazy.
never fact checked that. But yeah, no, he just sound
His
way
brothers.
older, so that makes sense now. This is news. Breaking news. It's breaking news. They're not twins.
You come here to the Rap Cave
Malice
podcast
is,
for great analysis like
Malice
this.
is 4 years older. He's 52. Pusha T is 48.
God
Like,
damn.
comment, share, subscribe. This is you're not getting this content anywhere else. Malice is the older brother.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
also didn't know they were from New York. I thought they were from Virginia too.
Me too.
I think they were
Maybe
born.
they were just raised
They
in
moved
Virginia.
early. I
Moved
think they,
there.
yeah.
Let's see.
But no. What were some of your other
But,
overall thoughts?
Every song on there is fire, pretty much. The only takeaway I'm give to
Oh,
this
you
album
did say you did tease you had some.
I think Pharrell need to hang it up. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like not one Pharrell part on there whatsoever. Like he
Vocally,
tried,
you're saying?
like
Or-
vocally,
yeah,
not
'cause
production,
the beats, yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Anything
gotcha,
he was on
gotcha.
there and opening his mouth on, I wish
Boss.
he did.
He's like the
That's
worst.
on him,
Pharrell is like, it's so weird. He's like the best worst singer. Like,
bro. It's like
it's
he.
so weird.
It's like he
I think
trying,
he
and then
is-
it's like he trying hard to be cinematic or something. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like, just no,
Bro, I just totally look at Pharrell different ever since I saw the Lego doc. Like that just made me like kind of really think like this is just Pharrell. He's a weird cousin.
I saw
you know?
a tweet that made me laugh. Was like, Pusha T been dropping bullshit for the past like 10, or not Pusha T. Pharrell been dropping bullshit for the past 10 years, but he only shows out for the Minions and Pusha T. And that's it.
Bro, that shit was weak. I
I
swear.
mean-
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking with not one for real part.
You know what's so funny is that he ironically, who I also consider a good bad singer, is he was the one who told Mac to sing.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
yeah. Mac is another like.
I think he's a
Doesn't-
bad
it-
singer
it-
personally, but
But he
I
makes
think
it,
he's
but
good.
he makes
yeah.
it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he has like he has a way to flip it. It's like when it comes to like trying to sing, it's like you got to know the limitations of your voice. And
Yeah.
if you can accept that, then
Yeah.
it'll make you so much better and make you sound. So
I would
much better.
say he just tries to be like too with his singing. He just tries to be too Disney.
Yeah, it's very like.
It's too like you're watching the Disney Channel like type singing. Again, the Lego shit makes sense, dog. It's Lego Island when he sings.
Yeah,
it's just
it
like
literally-
it's like childish.
It's Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that type of shit. No.
Man, that shit is fucking annoying.
Well,
I didn't hate it
what
like
I will
that.
Say, as like,
But I see it as that too.
as somebody who's been a little concerned about Pharrell, even production-wise recently.
Yeah,
this-
you
this-
called him. I need to hear you on the Pharrell production.
This restored my faith in this.
There we
because
go.
the thing is like, I mean, he was good on It's Almost Dry, but literally every other song he's been on with any other artist is just bullshit. Like, the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, worst song on the fucking album. Like, in my opinion, that beat is fucking. It's not doing anything for me.
Worse than Crown.
Well, no, Crown's worse. Okay, second worst song.
That's become a guilty pleasure for me. Continue.
Yeah.
I want to have a Mr. Morale discussion.
But
right now.
literally, like the places
Keep the vibes up.
the places he's popped up, I've just not been that impressed with him in the past. Like, I want to say like maybe not 10 years, maybe the past like 7 years or so. Besides, like again, when he works with Pusha T, brings something out of him. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? So, I really enjoyed the production.
I think it's Pusha. I just want to quickly say that.
Well, they have such a history. They have a pre-Kanye history. Like, you know what I mean?
But it's also like Daytona. Remember, Kanye was doing all his albums. Why did Daytona sound by far the best album? Because, like, I think that's like, he knows how to, like, just be like, no, that's not good enough.
this is what I need. Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
what I need. Like,
And if you really look at Pusha T in general, he has one of the most eclectic beat selections of any rapper ever.
yeah.
His
Yeah.
beat selection is so straight, and that's like what
I was listening to My Name Is this week. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like
Holy
like,
shit,
what's
what
the
a
song
difference.
What's the song that you always talk about that you really like?
Numbers on the board.
Numbers on the board.
Yeah.
That beat is weird as fuck. It's wonky. It's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
I love
off
that beat.
But it's so sweet and like.
Yeah.
That's what I really respect about Pusha so much is like he's really not afraid to push the boundaries of like what he's rapping on, what he chooses to, and it's like that's what makes him such a standout in himself. Of like he's not afraid to push that grade. You know what I mean? And I think that really gets reflected here. Also, want to highlight that Stevie Wonder played the piano on the intro track, which I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Had John Legend singing on there, and then also Lenny Kravitz played guitar on one of the songs too. So the collaborative effort also was pretty sweet here.
I love when rappers are just so fucking fly that they can just be like, yeah, I got Stevie on the piano.
Yeah, Stevie, you see what I'm doing, Stevie.
Yeah.
Come on.
He does see it.
It's a blind joke.
Do you got any more overall thoughts before we get into like how you feeling about the album before I toss it to Zeus?
I think I'm very satisfied. I obviously got to sit with it. It made me go back and listen to like Hell Hath No Fury and like what was it, Lord Willin' or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's now 2 albums. That's 3. Actually, is every album God related by Clipse?
Is every album what God related?
Hell Hath No Fury, Lord Willin',
Yeah.
and then
I don't know if you know this, but Malice is a pastor.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
News to me. Huh?
Again, that's just the older brother being the bro. He was so cool. I saw an interview where they were like, "Hey man, like you kind of stepped out of the rap game for a minute. What was it like, kind of getting back?" He was like, "Oh, you just gotta dust it off." Like he said that shit with a smirk. I was like, "Bro, this guy Malice he's the real fucking deal." And we'll get to that because I want to have a discussion. I want to ask everybody who out-rapped who on this album. But before I do that, I want to get.
I just wanted to add is that what I did see that I thought was funny when it came to Malice was like somebody like marked all the progression of him like slowly getting back into doing this Clipse album. In 2014, he was like, "Never will happen ever in a million years."
Yeah.
2016, in an interview, he goes, "Well, I ain't never gonna say never. I already did." And so like it's like it marks progression through the years of him slowly warming up to the idea again, and now
Pusha T is a psychopathic, manipulative bully. That is what he 100% manipulated Malice to get here.
Yeah.
No way the little bro is manipulating big bro. Like, we know
Absolutely.
each other like the back
I don't
of
think
our
so.
hands.
I don't think
see
so.
the difference in their personalities.
Yeah.
So
Bro, we know each other like the back of our hands, bro.
I think
Pusha
Pusha T is that like, man, I had a good example and it just left me.
He's convincing.
He's like that. Dog, I swear to God, I
all
love
know
Pusha
is
T. I
there's
think
no
he's like
way
a parasite,
there's
dog.
No way
like
I'm 40 something and my little brother is still manipulating me to do.
your little brother's still your little brother. If your
I
little
mean-
brother wants to do something,
I mean, they've been making money together.
You want to look out for your little brother.
They've been making money together for a long time, so it's like it's not just your little brother; it's your business.
That's
partner.
what. That's
Yeah,
that he
true.
literally had
That's
that bar.
true.
Malice had that bar. He was like, hey, I'm still rapping. That's the
That's
devil
true.
in me.
But
Like about money. Like he literally referenced
I
about
feel
money.
what you mean,
But what I'm saying is, you're right. They're business partners at the end of the day. But that don't mean Pusha T manipulated this nigga.
I don't want to say manipulated, but
It's a strong word, but I feel like he was just always in his ear, and he eventually talked them into
and if you look at the
where we're at.
Yeah.
Because
The
look, he went
juxtaposition
from no
of the-
swearing to like now he's like looking at the camera being like,
that
Fuck
Junebug
him.
ass.
Yeah.
but
you said that what?
That Junebug shit was
literally
ass.
like they are,
I keep forgetting about that. And you keep bringing that up.
That shit was ass.
even though they're brothers, they're like literally like they're like angel and devil on someone's shoulder. Like Pusha T is like a fucking, he's the real fucking.
And that's
man,
half
if you
of-
wanna talk about it. And then Malice is trying to like
That's what I thought this album was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be Pusha saying some wild shit and Malice being like, "Hey y'all, listen, I'm praying for him."
Yeah,
I thought that's what this
well,
album was
and
gonna be.
Malice has said that too in like a recent interview. He's just like, man, he's gonna say what he wants to say, and it's just like, I'm gonna back him no matter what. He's like, but Malice like trying to live a peaceful life when he knows that his little brother is a fucking hate freight train coming to knock everybody over. Like,
Thanks. What are your Zeus? And we gotta call Jalen. I gotta harass Jalen. I gotta see if he has thoughts on that too. But before that,
Man,
what do you got? What are your kind of overall thoughts?
I like the album top to bottom. I think the top half was a lot stronger than the end, the bottom half. But I really like the outro. I don't know what y'all were talking about with the Pharrell. Well, Chris is on the right track. I really like the last song of the album. What was it about? What was it
Let
called?
God sort him out.
no, that was
Or-
before. It was
It's something so. It's some God. I
Yeah,
thought
it's got something. It's
It's all God's.
that narrowed it
by
down.
the grace of God.
This is a
by the
gospel
grace of
album.
God.
If you
By the
think
grace of
about
God,
it,
I
it's a
really liked
gospel
that one.
album.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was really good.
By the grace of God,
Yeah.
I really just like Pusha T albums. Over the years, you know,
Such a
he's-
good discography.
You know what I'm saying? He's very meticulous in the way he puts together the album. So when he said he put together a good album, I think he considered all things, you know, his brother coming back and all things considered. You can tell that care was put into this album.
You could tell he gives a fuck about this shit.
Absolutely.
He's not phoning it in. He's involved in every step of the process. And it's like almost. I mean, you've even seen that with like Ye recently. It's like you can tell he's phoning in a lot of this bull. You know, whether he's using AI to complete a verse for him or like whatever. It's like his heart's not in it. Pusha T crafts. It still gives a huge fuck about the final product of what he's doing. You know.
Speaking of phone in, I gotta shoot a call. I gotta see if he's. I gotta see if he's if my boy Jalen has thoughts on this. Come on, Jalen, pick up. Come on. Don't sell. I know you're.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is
Damn.
Next time.
Damn well we was calling
I know. He looked at his phone. He looked at his phone.
For sure.
He looked at his phone. Jay Leno, unforgivable.
He probably couldn't read who's calling him without his glasses. So.
Hey man, we gotta do it. He's gotta get in our verses because I know I had a different opinion. He got his ass whooped in that verses in my opinion. So he needs to. He needs to
Man,
get
that was
back in the
crazy,
booth.
man. I saw that, man. Future was supposed to put up a better fight than that.
Yeah,
man.
That Future got his ass whooped
He was,
in my
he was
opinion.
talking a loud game all week.
Dog, that shit was crazy.
I saw that.
All right, so I want to say my opinion, and this will be a quick thing. So I got two things I want to touch on for this album before we get out of here. The quick one. Do you guys all think, and I think this is the common narrative on Twitter that I saw, and again, Twitter's not a real place, but whatever. The common discourse was that Malice washed Pusha T throughout this album. Do you guys feel the same?
No.
No.
And this is what I'm gonna say. I like Malice. He was fire whole album. But Malice, what they doing to Malice right now, they giving him that takeoff effect. And I hate that shit. To where you know this dude is the underdog, so we just gonna say
We
that
just
he
gonna root
is just
for
the
him.
best
Yeah.
or he's whatever. Just
because
cause
he's not
like,
Pusha T.
right, just because he's not like bro, no, bro, like stop it, like
No.
and then motherfuckers acting like he washed Pusha T. That's what's really giving. They act like he washed
I-
Pusha T.
I
Like,
will-
bro, stop it.
I'll give it that they're close in skill, almost to the point where there's points that I had to pay attention to figure out who was rapping.
Who's yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any question. I mean, look, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking pilot, if you're a fucking dog groomer, whatever. The more you do something, the better you are at it. And Pusha T has more
He didn't
experience
stop.
in rap music.
Yeah.
He never stopped.
Yeah.
So like that literally just that's just practice makes perfect. Like that's what it is.
Right.
Malice performed very fucking well. Don't get me wrong, and I think that he is very close to
Bro.
Pusha T in lyrical ability. But Pusha T is just he's more of a standout.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. They giving him that takeoff effect, bro. Like where everybody's showing, oh, Quavo the best. Oh, it actually might be Offset. Nobody says take off, so now it's just trending.
Well,
actually,
it really started with Offset, but then Offset proved that he was really the best rapper.
right, whatever. But motherfucking, I think he had dropped the verse. What was the verse? I can't remember the song, but he
so you
was
think
snapping
it's
on that
just
bitch, and it
people-
went viral. It went viral on
I
Twitter.
think I know
though.
what you're talking about. Like he was like rapping on.
You
that
think
bitch.
it's
He was
people
like rapper.
just
I think it was
wanted to be contrarian?
Kelly Price,
Something
maybe.
like that. Yeah,
Hey,
It was
Kelly
a while,
Price.
It was a while ago.
I'm not
Kelly
100%.
Price, bro. Her feature on it was one of the Clipse albums. One of the early Clipse albums. Fire.
I'm not 100%, but it's just like they just trying to. Like I get they just trying to show love to the person who probably getting
The least love.
who the least favorite it. Like I get it, but like bro, just
But
just to
people
act
also
like
love to be
this person
contrarian.
the best. Like bro, like come on, bro, like stop doing
I
that,
swear.
bro. Like that shit is so
Everyone
That's
needs to
irritating.
love
that's
an
a
underdog.
that's
Shit
a
is
Twitter
so
effect.
irritating.
That's
Like,
a
bro,
Twitter
like,
effect.
Yeah.
Take off better than Quavo, like for real. Like I get, you know what I'm saying? Like he do got some hard verses, but like Quavo will give you a hard verse and the hook, like a fire ass.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna like take off ain't give us no fire ass hook. Like
But at the same time,
Fight
it's
Night
like-
was fire as fuck.
But
like,
if you like, I can guarantee that like any casual Migos fan really only like Quavo was the center of attention.
Yeah.
for Migos
Yeah.
for a long
Like-
time.
No, he was always the
And I'm
one
not-
where it was like when Migos was popping, everybody was like, "Oh, if they go solo, watch out for Quavo."
Yeah.
Like that was the conversation. I
And
vividly
he's
remember that.
He has also proved that with his solo albums, he doesn't perform quite as well. But
Yeah, no, he is, bro. Talk about selling.
That's a weird effect for them.
Talk about
I'd say
selling.
that for Offset too. It's
I
like-
think he when he set out on his own, he did the worst.
Yeah, and like I'd say that.
Who?
I mean, Offset had
Quavo.
that,
what?
as opposed to Offset. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think
And
Offset's
Take
better
Off-
for
and
sure.
Take Off solo album was better too.
Bro, what are we talking about? What do you mean?
Offset's a better rapper than Quavo. Come on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm saying though, you talking about he did the
The
worst.
Out of the three,
I think it's a discussion between.
What? As in what?
He
like-
released
like-
that
So,
bullshit
just-
with
just
Travis Scott.
solo releases.
That was terrible.
That shit
Yeah,
was-
His album-
that was
his
That
album
is
was
honest,
straight.
Okay,
honest
yeah,
to
that
God,
would be-
one of the worst albums I've ever heard in
it's
my
an
life.
album. It's an album with Travis Scott. I mean, come on, like,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
His
it's gonna be
solo,
bad.
his solo album was straight.
But you love Travis.
But that's like comparable to like remember Big Sean and Metro Boomin's album.
Well, that was a Lil Wayne and Richard Kid shit. Like that's
Yeah,
that,
it's
yeah.
just-
Or Big Sean Metro Boom, yeah. But that pisses me off, that Big Sean Metro Boom, because I like both of them
the formula's
individually.
The formula's
The
there.
formula should have been
It
there.
should have worked. But
They just fucking sold
I
the bag.
remember the day.
But we're getting to our topic here. All right. So you say Pusha T did not get out rapped by Malice. In your opinion, are you
I'm
looking
not
at? Are
saying-
you?
I'm
Are
not
you?
saying
No, are you?
not,
Are you
not
looking
every
at
song
like,
that Malice
Yes.
didn't out rap him
right,
on none.
right.
It's possible. I'm talking about overall.
in the album, you would scale them what equally? Favor Pusha T, favor
I mean, I
Malice.
don't know.
Where you at?
I didn't analyze every song like that to you, man. But like, the album for one ain't even been out long enough. I feel like
Right.
for people to even make that assumption
make
that
that
he's
opinion.
getting washed
I do.
throughout the album.
I
Like,
do.
bro, fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
a-
I'm
a
not
20
buying that.
A 24-hour turnaround gives you enough time to say, is it good or not?
I
Like,
do.
then-
Yeah, like
yeah, I do have an opinion.
yeah, like
but
I can determine whether the shit good or not. But like,
You can't.
bro,
decide.
I do have an opinion on
Stop
this.
that
Before
shit,
I
bro.
give my opinion on this,
stop that shit,
Zeus.
man. For real, man.
do you
Sure.
feel? Do you feel
This bitch
like
good as hell.
Shit
Pusha T
banging.
washed Malice, got washed by Malice, or do you think it was kind of even ground? What did you think about the rapping between those two?
I'm gonna say it's even ground, just
Mhm.
based on the fact that it came out today, and I haven't really dissected everything.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, it was punches from both sides thrown, and they
Wow.
brothers, like y'all say, they kind of sound the same.
Yeah,
It's
that was half of it. Is
sometimes-
figured out.
sometimes
The
it's
first like
indistinguishable.
it would like
You literally have to pay
the
attention
first
to the content
the first
of the
three
verse
the
to
first
tell them apart.
the first like it was like by bar 4 you could tell who it was.
Yeah,
and
but
for-
at first,
But like in the first couple of like the first 4 bars are kind of shaky.
And
You're
for the
kinda
first
figuring
years
it
of their careers, all their songs were together, and you can tell
out. Yeah.
when they rapping together. They already got that chemistry.
that's
rapping
what's-
off each
that's
other.
what's so
Big
great with
AP.
them. And also the fact of like, I think it's really cool that like, this is the only brother duo we've ever had in hip hop, and the fact that like, obviously, I mean they're brothers, I'm sure, and they're obviously close and whatever, but the fact that they have this connection of, making incredible music together, is really cool, and it's something that is like unseen before. It doesn't happen.
How do you feel about the rapping? Do you feel like it's a wash? Too early to tell? Where you at with it?
Personally, I mean, it's not a wash in any capacity. I think anyone who says it's a wash on either side is fucking out of their mind. They're so in sync with each other and so on similar playing fields that you can't really. You could put one above the other, but you can't. A wash is not an acceptable term to be used here because they both performed extremely well. I personally, I think I'm just more used to Pusha because I'm a bigger fan of
right. Because obviously he kept releasing music. Right.
So I think that Pusha.
You want to mention Junebug again?
Pusha T stood out more to me because it's familiar. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I mean, maybe time will tell. Maybe I will like some of Malice's shit. I don't think it's. I think it will.
Okay, so not noticeable, like off rip.
No, but I think I think the term wash is out of the fucking question on either end.
Okay,
for this.
It's out of the question.
I guess I'm on an island then, because I do feel like Malice noticeably rapped better than Pusha T on this album. However.
You one
Context
of them.
of it.
You one of them ones.
The context of it is I feel like because if you look at a lot of these album or a lot of the songs on this album, Pusha T is the one that's going first, and I feel like he's like setting up Malice.
Kind of.
And I think that's where that narrative comes from. I don't like technically. I think that they both rapped very well, and I don't think it's a wash. But I think what he did stylistically, he kind of set Malice up to like, here's the intro to what this song is about. Here's the direction we're going in this song. Now, Malice, you come, bring the hammer home. Mm-hmm. And that's how I felt like a lot of this album was to me. So I get why people are saying that Malice washed Pusha T. And I'm not going to use that strong of verbiage, but I do, in my honest opinion, I've listened to this album probably like 4 or 5 times now in the last 24 hours. I think that Malice had more memorable bars. His verses kind of stuck with me like birds. What's the intro? Birds that sing or birds and sing. Something like that. Hold on. I wanna get this right.
The birds don't sing.
Yeah. So, yeah, the birds don't sing.
That was a really cool track to me because.
Yeah, that was really dope.
You don't really hear a lot of the when it comes to Clipse or even just solo Pusha T. They don't really peel that like emotional curve.
That layer back, but they did.
You know what I mean? So it was cool to see that, and then like open up about like I think it was about their father passing, right? Or,
father and mother.
Yeah. So it's like
I think they passed like kind of close together.
And that's something you can't have that unless you have a brother duo.
Yeah.
So it's like there's zero other context where that song is even a possibility.
And that's exactly
that's
where.
So cool about
that's exactly where an album should start between siblings.
Yeah.
Let's deal with the passing of our family.
Well, and it's interesting because very, very rarely does an album start with like arguably the most like serious song on the album. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of this was.
But I think they knew that the people that were listening to it were like rap fans, and so those people were going to like be more like.
Yeah.
I'm not clicking this because of the hype, and definitely they did draw some people in off the hype.
Yeah.
But
I think
it's more so like. The people that were going to listen to it, we're going to listen to it off layers.
I think a lot of these songs were catered to, I think were probably catered to Malice. And that's probably why a lot of people think he has the edge because when you think about it, he's been writing these songs for a long time. You can tell just by the, by the tightness of what he was saying.
Yeah.
He's probably been sitting on these lines for a while.
I think Malice did the same.
Yeah, so you can tell, and it comes through, and but yeah, Pusha still is Pusha T.
I'm not saying Pusha
still that guy,
but slacked or whatever. I just think a lot of it was him almost kind of introducing the song and then Malice kind of coming through and
Yeah, he
being
was
the
dunking.
final hammer.
I'm sure
Yeah.
even
And that could
Yeah,
honestly,
you-
as a rapper, that could be like, okay, I look at it like the way I host this podcast, right? Like I try to set Biirdie up to kill. Like I try to control the conversation to where, okay, like this is where you will shine. Like I'm setting
you're
it
gonna
up.
be a star.
You-
hear that?
I'm leading. I'm putting it out there, and then you hammer it home. You as well, like everybody on this panel.
Yeah,
But
you,
like,
you pitch it and
yeah,
let 'em
and
run around.
I think Pusha T was kind of hosting this album. I feel personally.
Well,
I see that.
what probably
I
part
see
of the
that.
truth? Well, first of all, the one good thing is that they have the history with Pharrell.
Yeah.
So it made, I'm sure, the process of this much easier. But I could imagine because I mean, all right, like little brother dynamic aside, right? Like I know how to cook very well. My older brother doesn't know how to cook. My older brother knows that I know how to cook and asks me for advice on cooking, even though he's the older brother.
Same.
So it's like, it's kind of like what I feel is when it comes to that is like Pusha obviously has been, again, consistently still doing this.
Never
so it's
left,
it's like I could see like the setup kind of being like, all right, come on, you got a big dog, let's get back into this. Like he's like, all right, here's the formula, just do your thing on it. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, this is where we're going with it, Obviously, it was crafted, I think, with everybody in mind, because I think Pharrell specifically, the fact that they went back to straight Pharrell production on this, I think is so great because that's the fucking thesis of
I think
Clipse in general.
I think Pusha T had way more memorable bars on It's Almost Dry and Daytona than he did on this, personally. So I'm not gonna say it's Pusha
fuck all
T.
that because
I gotta run through it one more time, but
fuck all that. All I know is like when it comes to like the style and the way they rap, like Pusha T just sounds sweeter to me. Like he just sound like Malice kind of sound like an old nigga. Like that,
I feel
and
you.
to
I
me,
feel you.
like
I feel
when
that
I
for sure.
when I listen to it, it's like I kind of picture like Pusha T on this album as like a Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah.
and like
He-
Malice kind of like a Tim Duncan. Like he gonna give you what you need, but shit's kind of. I don't even think it was born. I don't want to say Malice was born on here. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell who was the preacher.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You can tell who was
he's
the
also,
preacher.
Yeah, he's also been a preacher for years, so like, that's what I mean. It's a gospel album.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel that 100% is like, Pusha T just like, again, I think that comes just with the time of doing it for as long as, for consistently keeping to do it is that, and I think that's a conversation we could have on another episode is how Pusha T is one very rare case that has not necessarily adapted to the mainstream, but still sounded sweet enough to keep you interested, and
Yes.
not gotten to the point where like he sounds washed up. Like if I didn't read that he was 48, he doesn't present himself like a 48.
Honestly, to me, he is what I envision my guy. Like I want Nick Grant to be that. Because, like, okay, you're a high-level rapper, but, like, surround yourself with good production.
Like you look at me like
you can't look at me like
is that crazy? Is what I said just crazy?
Look, I fuck with Nick Grant. Nick Grant
I
is
know.
not Pusha T.
No, I didn't say he is. I didn't say he is. I'm saying what I think Pusha T has been blessed with is having Kanye and Pharrell consistently. And I'm not using that as because again I say there's a reason Daytona was better than all of the other Kanye projects. Like obviously there's a on Pusha T's part there's a willingness to be like, no, this beat isn't right, it needs to be better. So I don't want to downplay Pusha T's thing, but I think he like Pusha T reaches like a ceiling of like lyricists. And that's where I like Nick Grant to me is a lyricist. So like I look at like I think everybody that's in that lyricist realm, I would want you to strive for like Pusha T of like you said, walking that balance of having like hits or not even hits, just having songs that can catch like a general like non-rap nerd,
Yeah.
but then still being a rap nerd.
Because I think Pusha T's case is even.
That's all I was saying. I don't think I was saying anything too crazy.
I think it's even pretty. It's far different from Jay's too, because Jay almost fully went into being an older man on the mic on 444, but he just did it really well.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he made it, but he bought into it. Where like Pusha T still sounds as hungry as he always has. He sounds young and fucking fruitful. You know what I mean?
It was trying to be a compliment to Push while also kind of being like, you know,
put the training wheels back on Malice and try to take it.
So
I think Jay-Z just has a timeless style. That's why I like he's able to do certain things like that.
Maybe
I feel like Drake. I feel like Drake gonna
get-
be like that. I feel like
I think Drake
Kendrick
is
can do
timeless,
that
for sure.
I feel like when you just like I don't know, when you have a certain
when
style,
you're
just
that
able
good
to
at what you do,
I think just able to transcend well in different eras.
That's what I would relate the Jay-Z's aging and Pusha T's aging too. Is that I think Pusha T is another example that has just been he can really do kind of anything when it comes to hip hop.
We'll move on. But now that I explained myself, does that make sense what I was saying, or am I still on an island?
I mean, I still don't think you're right, but
I'm not saying that he is that. I'm saying that I would want if you're Nick Grant, you would want to be that. You would want to be that. You would want to be.
That's what you would strive for.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
100%.
That's all I'm saying is I think Pusha T is a lyricist that also has a great ear for beats and production and everything, and that's what you would want. That's what you would want if you're making the music that we all know the music that Nick Grant makes. Great high level raps. But
why you looking at me
you
though?
want
I didn't even say that. He was looking at me.
Yeah, I'm looking at you because you were the other person that left. So I just wanted to check the temp. I know. You guys aren't laughing like specifically at what it said, but kind of like adjacent. I wanted to just check that take. I just wanted to check that take. I'm not saying he is that. I'm saying that I feel like if you're in that lane, that's what you would strive to be, right? Like you would strive to be Pusha T, where you have like the ability to have like them like you would love to if you're a lyricist have a runaway, right? Like you would love to Mercy. You would love to have that in your catalog.
Yeah, but that's all 15 years ago also.
Yeah, but those are like hits.
Yeah, those
are like
crazy.
those are like actual
they're
actual hits as a lyricist. You are able to get hits.
Right. And
that's all I'm saying.
Check those boxes.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
But
to be fair, it was both off the backbone of Ye. But
yeah.
right.
I mean, yeah.
And that's why I said
All
with Push's versus Nick Grant situation. But whatever. I don't want to get into that. Last thing we gotta talk about before we get out of here, and we gotta talk about because the heavyweights was talking just crazy. The heavyweights yesterday on the Woolworth Heavyweights. Shout out to Spencer. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to my guys. Woolworth Heavyweights 5-7. Woolworth Sports. Make sure you're tapped in. All that. They were talking about the Kendrick feature. Obviously, we know there's a lot of kerfuffle, if I can use that word. There's a lot of kerfuffle about the Kendrick feature, and apparently UMG didn't like it. So then that led to them cutting their deal out of UMG and then signing with Rock Nation and all of that.
That's where Pusha T is just
That's where Pusha T.
The man, dog. Like, you literally said, "Fuck you! I'm getting whatever feature I want on my goddamn album." Like,
yeah, I feel him 100%. Like, but now that we've heard the feature in its totality, do we think UMG was overreacting?
I mean, I don't know.
UMG was trying to block the song because they felt like this was antagonistic towards Drake.
Is this the same?
Chains and Whips.
Is it the same? What am I trying to say?
I didn't even get that.
Is it the same? I don't even know what I was asking.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't even know what I was trying to ask you.
So, basically, What I'm saying is this: is so the whole reason that Pusha T and Clipse in this album took a year was because of the Kendrick feature. Because UMG said, "Hey, we got a dude suing us right now. We don't think it's great optics for Pusha T and Kendrick to do a song together, and the optics of that look weird. So we're gonna avoid that." So I don't want to get into whether like UMG is right. Well, yeah, that's actually exactly what I want to get into. Do you feel like now that we've heard the verse, do you feel like if you're UMG, do you feel like you should have reacted that way, or you should have just let this put out? Like basically, do you think that this was an attack on Drake?
Not really, no.
No.
That's what fucking pisses me off with this shit too. Is like now anytime Kendrick just, which all rappers fucking do, is
Talk their shit.
talk their shit. I'm better than whatever. Now it's always directed at Drake. That's not the fucking case. It's generalized statements. Also, like maybe there is. I don't know, but that's not what I picked up from that verse at all.
I say if the shoe fits, lace that bitch up and wear it. But that doesn't mean I'm directing it at you.
I think
that's how I feel. I feel like there was nothing specific.
No.
I feel like, and this is what I said on the heavyweights, and they weren't listening. Shout out to Easy and Spencer, but they were drunk, so they weren't listening. What I was saying is this: sponsored by White Claw, great flavor, recommend. But what happened? I'm a total company man. I told you. What happened with that is that, to me, I look at like that, and why did like that become something that Drake had to respond to? It's because he said, "Fuck sneak dissing, first person shooter," and then for all the dogs getting buried. Those two lines, he doesn't have anything like that in this. If you remove those two lines from like that, okay, Kendrick subbing Drake back. And that is what it is. If you take out the first person shooter line, if you take out the for all the dogs line, we all know as rap connoisseurs, we all know that he is subliminally dissing Drake. We know that on Family Ties when he's smoking on your top 5, it applies to whoever's in your top 5, and everybody that has a pulse in rap knows that Drake is your top 5.
And the thing
but that wasn't specific enough.
This whole album was recorded between 2023 and 2024. The song with Kendrick was previewed at the fucking Louis Vuitton show like last year or in 2023. That song
it was a 2024 recording.
But so why the fuck is all this other shit? Okay, why is this where you draw the line in the sand? Because
that's what I agree.
It wasn't just they've been trying to get this dealt with for a year. Whatever. So when it first came up, you're in the midst of all this bullshit going on. So why is this where you draw the line when you literally let the exact same artist release a song calling that exact same artist that you're worried about a pedophile? Why is this where you draw the line?
Why is it? Yeah.
I think it's just
that's how I feel.
I think it's just a power play, just to make him run through it.
Hold the mic a little.
Make him jump through hoops, just to interfere with the song. Like if you want to do business with this guy, here's this baggage that he comes with. I think it was that type of situation. Because Drake is in front of you with any of them right now. So if he can make you go through something, why not? That's the way I think about it.
Biirdie,
these artists get really vindictive, man. Like when you think about
they're
like
petty,
with Jay-Z, dropping every time Nas drops, like small stuff.
Jay-Z dropped like 7 albums in a row the day Nas dropped.
Yeah, this is stuff.
That shit, I still, and I'll get to that later. I still contest that Everything Is Love album was not supposed to drop that day, but then Nas dropped an album and he was like, "Fuck it, here's an album."
Yeah,
that shit was so petty. But Biirdie, where are you at with this? Like, do you think that it's just internet reaches, it's UMG was tripping, being overprotective of the situation they're in, or do you think that what Kendrick and Pusha T were saying was like valid, I guess, or not valid? Valid's not the right word. Do you feel like those were shots at Drake specifically to where they could be specifically brought up?
I feel like everything AP said, I'm in agreement with. I don't think he said nothing I wouldn't say it. So
It seems like such a reach at the end of the day because
It
again,
doesn't. It doesn't like Easy.
I want to say
Easy
a
brought up.
super reach just because like you know how that's gonna play out after everything that happened.
Right.
So I wouldn't
Right.
say a super reach. I just say it's vague.
But I think that is now a problem going forward with both of them. With whether it's Drake or Kendrick is now what? Now anytime they say they're the best, it's directed at them.
Towards
Like,
the other.
it's
Yeah.
like, that's bullshit because then that boxes everybody in at the end of the day too. And
People
that's
are
not how-
people were trying to say that like Drake line of like, oh, you got punched, like, oh, like the people with like the bird the bird emoji in their like name or whatever. We're trying to say like literally the people that do like the owl emojis, so like the super Drake stands. We're like, oh, when Drake talked about laughing about somebody being punched in the face. Oh, look at that, Kendrick got punched in the face. Like they were trying to literally start a fake narrative like that. Again, it's that's what you're saying. It's like there's like those people are going to reach consistently, and that's what I look at it as. Like I don't look at that versus anything. Again, to me, the difference is like that. The reason Drake had to respond to like that was
direct.
because he said for all the dogs, because he said first person shooter, because he said fuck sneak dissing. Like that is a direct like,
Yeah,
hey,
that warrants a response.
I'm not talking because Jay-Z, king of sneak disses. Drake is right there, number 2. Those both of them are like top tier of like, hey, I'm talking my shit and I'm petty enough to where I'm gonna subliminal you, but if the shoe fits, lace that bitch up and wear it. And I think that's what this was. Kendrick was just say like, I'll send your ass back to the cosmics. Like
You could apply that to anybody.
anybody.
Well, I actually did re-listen to it. He said I sent your favorite rapper to the Cosmo, as in he already did.
I see. I hear send. I'll send.
No, he definitely said sent. Like,
Genius.
From what I heard, he for sure said sent.
But
like past tense, like
Either
Okay.
way,
So that can be like a shot towards Drake. I get it. See, man, I hate this because I think the more we dissect these lyrics, the more we get to Easy and Spencer's side, and I think they're wrong. I think they're wrong.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna backtrack, but I just don't feel like it.
So you do think it's now more? You
I
believe
like the lean.
24 hours later?
I like to lean that narrative, anyways, just because I think Kendrick a hater, so it kind of just like fits my narrative.
it really you
Nigga.
benefit. You would benefit the most off of it.
Even
but
though I
you're-
did disagree.
and even you're saying that you disagree.
Yeah,
so it's
but
like,
I still think it's vague. I'm trying to just give him the benefit of the doubt, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
I just think.
But
Go ahead.
we know what's going on. We know how it's gonna play. He know how it's gonna play. Everybody knows. So
no,
it's
he
like
said, all right, all that talent must be God sent. Nothing about favorite rapper. I send your ass back to the cosmos.
I'll send.
I send your ass back to the
I
cosmos.
sent or send? Send.
that
I
guy.
send-
And it also
I send your ass back.
there's no.
I don't know.
And there's
Like
there's also no mention
I
of your
like you know how
favorite rapper or
rappers do that like
Yeah,
the proper term would be
I don't
I'll,
like
but
Rap
he
Genius
said
anyways. I gotta
I.
listen to it again.
Yeah.
Rap Genius.
See, I heard sent. Yeah, again that like that little distinction right there
Do make a big difference.
does make a big difference. Yeah. And then what was the other line that he had? Like I think he was
talking
just
about some
talking about the State of the Union because he had that like he had that. It was almost like a State of the Union address of like, hey, the West is mine. We up now. Half my products should go to Rakim because hip hop's dead. That was fire. I'm the General Gemini or some shit. I don't know, bro. He be rapping that shit.
He said,
We talked about it in the verses, dog. I can't be rapping this. I can't be rapping the shit that Kendrick raps.
I am the general. Where's my
Should
gin
be
and
ass.
juice? Every song is the book of Genesis. Let the songs boom. Want the tea on me? Here's the ginger root. I generate residuals. I mean, it's a great verse from Kendrick too. Honestly,
It's a phenomenal verse.
He plays on that one the G words pretty heavily. I think that's pretty dope. I like the way that he did.
I thought he rapped his ass off on it. To me,
Literally did not even think about that.
it's just his rap talk. It's just bravado, and that's what hip hop is. So like to me, I can't go there with it. I can't go there with it because to me, again, I take it back to like that if he just came out and said I'm a crash out. There's a lot of goofies with a check. People would be like, oh man, he's talking about Drake here, but Drake wouldn't have warranted a Drake response.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of goofies with a check. That wouldn't have warranted a Drake response, right? Like Drake doesn't then pop out and be like, all right, fuck this guy. No, what Drake does is on his next album is Sandra's Rose. My peers are a talented group. Even if you add up all the numbers and all the troops, there's still nothing you can really do. Like that. That's how Drake would handle that. But because he said first person shooter, because he said for all the dogs, because he said fuck sneak dissing, that is why Drake responded, right? That's how I
he's
feel.
a hater.
I'm not saying he's not a hater,
throw
but
that
yeah.
out there, be honest.
I'm not saying he's not.
Let the
But
world
do you
know.
agree with that like principle of like if Kendrick doesn't have those lines and like that, I don't think Drake responds.
Yeah,
Other than subliminals.
facts. First person shooter shit, I'm still giving that one to J. Cole, but for all the dogs, obviously towards Drake. Only reason I'm saying
I just think
J.
that-
Cole was just really spewing that out more than anybody. I feel like did J. Cole come up.
I
with the
think
big
J. Cole
think
like
he-
really instigated
I think
that
he
shit.
really
Yeah.
inserted the big three
Yeah.
notion in the rap game. Like,
Well, I don't think he inserted the notion of the big three. I think honestly, I think it's really his verse that made Kendrick mad. It wasn't Drake.
no, I'm saying that there was no thought that it was Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole as
The big
this
three.
big three until he said that. Like,
Oh,
nobody
no,
was
that
like,
Yeah.
No,
Like, it
that
was-
was common narrative.
huh?
That was common narrative.
Oh, I
Yes.
ain't know that. Maybe I'm just out the loop. But
I think academics doesn't think it's a big three, but I think the rest of the world does. I'm not even.
I
I'm
don't
not
even
even being
think it's
funny.
a
I'm not
big
even
three
trying to take a
because
shot
shit,
at.
neither one of
but
them are my big three. Anyway, so
Not as far as.
that was a very common narrative.
Talent wise or whatever. but
I'm not,
as
and
far-
I'm not saying like
As far as who's
these.
forefront-
I'm not saying like these three are the biggest rappers. I'm saying like actually saying like, yo, this is the big three. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
I
not just
get what
saying
you're
that
saying.
we know these been the three biggest
No, I
artists.
think-
you know what I'm saying, but like.
I think
The
that
actual,
narrative was
like,
way before. I
the
think that's why Cole
conversation-
said what he said.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you mean, but yeah, that's what the narrative
I
is.
think
So
I
it's
think
like,
that's
it's not
why Cole
necessarily-
said what he said.
It's not talent wise, but it's about the
Reach.
overarching and the
Stardom.
fact that they have been
Superstardom.
forefronted for so long. You know what I mean?
Superstar.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, I think because I understand. Well, as far as like how well they rap is all subjective to whoever.
I'm saying I'm talking
Yeah.
about them being noted
The three
as the
star
big
powers.
three. Like
Yeah.
people are saying this is the big three. Like this is a saying now. Like not just yes, we know for years like these are the three biggest rappers of this generation.
It became
I'm
more.
talking.
It became more.
I know.
common.
I knew obviously like these are
Right,
the
those are the three. Yeah,
big three. But like, I'm
But
talking
now-
about like
now-
So you're
now-
saying he
now-
kinda
Cole was the
coined
first
it.
to
Now you
acknowledge
feel
that
like
it's
okay,
a
so you
big
see what I'm
three.
saying?
Now-
though? Like,
now
He was the first to
yeah,
acknowledge
that's what
that
I'm
this
saying.
was.
Like that term, like that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking
Oh,
about like
he
no
was
other dumb
he
shit.
was the first of those rappers of the three to acknowledge the term. Unless you want to be technical, and I would bring it back to the Drake Elliot Rap Radar interview where he literally said, I think he literally said the big three, but he talked about, yeah, it's interesting. This was 2019 where he's like, it's interesting to see how we will approach this next generation. Me, Cole, and Kendrick. Like, I think that's like that is an acknowledgement of the big three. But if you want to be like technical, like on a rap perspective, yes, Cole is the first of the three to mention that there is a big three. But I think media wise, it was commonly referred
Yeah,
to.
like that's clear. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like the actual term.
Like the actual-
This
yes.
is the reason why people keep saying big three is because of J. Cole. Like basically, like that is what it is. Like obviously, I knew these were the three biggest of
See,
this
I
generation.
think I know.
But
I just think
it's different circles and
media. I
whatever.
think media made us say it was a big three, and then Cole, I think, amplified it. Personally, that's how I feel.
Nah, whoever said it first, nigga. Like I don't care what the like. Obviously, the media I don't know what you're saying, but all I'm saying is whoever like put them
What
in
I'm
that
sa-
term of the big three. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying.
I think it was J. Cole. I'm
What-
just going with J. Cole.
what
I
I'm-
don't know. I feel like we all getting on like these different
I know,
subjects or whatever,
this is
but
kinda
like,
semantic.
it's not really that
This is
hard.
kinda- yeah,
like,
this is kinda
what I'm
semantic
trying to say,
conversation.
you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
see where you're coming from.
I see what you're saying. I just slightly disagree, and I'll make this point, and then we'll move off it. When it comes to NBA duos and stuff, or NBA trios and stuff, you know that the media kind of like nicknames them, and then the players eventually embrace that, and that's when it becomes final. But we as common people will consistently refer to it as that. So to me, like I'm like, to me the big three was always the big three, and I know you're not saying that they weren't in terms of your mind, but that label,
were people referring to them
label-
as a big three before J. Cole said it?
I was consistently.
No, he wasn't, bro.
Yeah, I
Stop
was.
lying,
I have
bro.
I have a playlist from 2017 that literally says the big three. I will pull that shit up on my phone.
I mean, yeah, people did refer to him as.
So
a
I think the
never
media.
seen-
I
I
think
never
because
heard.
the
I don't know.
media creates narratives, right or wrong, and so I think it gets amplified when one of the people that is in that narrative addresses it and acknowledges it. And I think that Drake was the first to acknowledge it technically off of the interview, but Cole was the first like on record to acknowledge like, hey, we are the big three. Kendrick never said we are the big three. Drake never said we are the big three. Cole was the first to do that. Again, we're arguing semantics. I don't want to get too lost in it, but I think that media wise, which bled into us as fans, I was commonly referring to them as the big three for several years before first person shooter. Even though we all knew, again, I know you're just saying that you knew they were the big three, but that term, to me, I've been saying it for years, personally. And maybe you're just not influenced by media. Maybe that's what makes Biirdie. Maybe that's original.
I don't know.
Original.
I don't know.
I don't know. But before we get out of here, I want to give some shout outs. I want to give some shout outs to a lot of things. Also, I promise this. Best new music of the last 10 years. Shout out Jay Leno. He put this in the group chat, so I did the research. The last 10 years, I wanted to go back. I'm just going to label these. I'm just going to list these, and you tell me if this is better than this week that we just got. Okay. 2018, you got same week. Astroworld, Swimming, Stay Dangerous. Mac Miller, YG, and Travis Scott. Would you say that's better than this week or not?
That was
2018, August 3rd, I think. I had the date.
that was a fateful week for you and I, Platte. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yes, it was. Would you put that week over this week?
Well, I don't like Astro World, so there's that.
I know. Just overall opinion.
Swimming, and then what was the other one? YG?
Swimming, YG, Stay Dangerous. Because there was
I mean-
a lot of good weeks. There was a lot of weeks where two things dropped that was really good, but I wanted to make it like the bare minimum of like 3 notable things dropped. Because this week had like 5 like notable drops. Like a Larry June is a notable drop. Boldy's a notable drop for us. Like Justin Bieber is a notable drop. Like
Yeah.
Clipse. Like,
I mean,
but again, it's your opinion.
I think that that is like even more subjective than some other points we made,
Right.
because
I-
it really,
yeah.
it really matters like what
I just want to do a quick like.
You get what
I
I'm
just
talking
want to
about?
do a quick like around the room. Yes or no?
I mean of this week. Although like
This week versus that week. Which week would you rather have?
there's other there's a lot of bigger drops this week or whatever, but like I mean I got one of my favorite albums out of that week.
Okay.
So subjectivity wise,
So you would stay with that.
probably but this week, I mean, really the biggest takeaway for me is Clipse as well. Inevitably, although I love this album, I mean, Swimming is one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
So I'll probably
Okay.
lean to that just based off of that. But that's my opinion. As far as how I think those three back to back in 2018, I think are. I mean, you have Justin Bieber this week, but those three, the status and how big it was, outside of my opinion, how big of a week that was, media-wise, could be bigger, even though this Clipse album might
It's
be
big.
a bigger deal than all
Well,
of those.
Astroworld outsold everything this week.
But you had three, well, you haven't had a week to see what the sales are, but I know Astroworld.
But yeah.
But, so that's what I mean. Media-wise and, the public reception, probably that week.
But
Probably
personally,
and probably same for me just because I get that.
if you could.
I get Swimming.
Okay. What about you, Zeus? Would you take that week or would you take this week?
I
New
would.
music.
I would probably take that week.
Okay.
Just thinking about it. Ultimately, for me, comes down to Astroworld versus this Clipse album, and I like the Clipse album. But Astroworld has some really real classics on it. Even though that's not even a song that's really heavy in my rotation, I just don't see myself taking at this juncture. You know what I'm saying? And Astroworld's been out for a while. I only heard this Clipse album about 3 times at this point, so ain't no telling if these songs will affect me. But as of now, I wouldn't take it over Astroworld.
Biirdie.
This week.
Okay. All right. So another week I wanted to bring up was so this was a weird week where things dropped throughout the week, but March 14th through March 18th, 2017, you had Smino Black Swan, you had Drake More Life, and you had Rick Ross Rather You Than Me. What would you take? This week or that week?
This week.
This week?
That week.
That week? Okay. Chris?
I'm taking that week.
What was this week?
The week I brought up was March 14th through 18th. It was weird. Some people dropped on Tuesday, some people dropped on a Friday. Smino Black Swan, Drake More Life, and Rick Ross Rather You Than Me.
Well, personally.
Yeah, I'm just asking personal.
Now I get Black Swan and
So I think you would.
probably that week.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't really give a fuck about
Zeus?
that Rick Ross album.
I'm
but
taking that week.
Okay.
Black Swan is another one of an all-time album. What was the other one?
More Life.
More Life is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. No, that's 1,000%.
Okay. June 6, 2017. You got Big Boy Boom and Verse. You got 2 Chainz, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. You got Beautiful Thugger Girls, and you got Joyner Lucas's debut.
This week.
It's Young Thug. What are we talking
That
about?
might be this week.
Beautiful Thugger Girls. That was
So you
that
would take,
week.
Yeah, that's
That
not-
week easily.
This
You
week.
take that week? Okay.
So
I
wash.
well, I know that you guys have
I
a
like Beautiful Thugger Girls, but I damn near rather listen to the JB album over that album.
yeah.
All right.
And then, I'm sorry, Platte. What
You're
else
so
was there? There's a lot of albums. floating
Yeah, I
around,
know.
so I'm forgetting the last.
Boomiverse, Big Boy, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, 2 Chainz, Beautiful Thug Girls, Young Thug, and Joyner Lucas's debut.
Oh, Jordan Lewis' debut.
Yeah, Joyner
All
Lucas's
right,
debut.
automatically.
Which again, I know we feel the way we feel about Joyner, but that was
He
Speaking
could
for-
he could
Thing.
have left that one off.
He's speaking from the perspective of the Billboard charts.
all right. The final week of October 2017, you had Without Warning, you had which is Offset, Metro Boomin, that collab album. You have Forever's a Mighty Long Time, Big Crit, Beach House 3, Ty Dolla $ign, and Heartbreak on a Full Moon, Chris Brown.
This week.
This week.
Yeah, I'm taking
All right.
this week.
November 17th, 2017, a lot of 2017s. Radio Silence, Talib Kweli, Sire, Jaden Smith, and No Dope on Sunday. Sci-Hi.
Bro, I thought you was naming like important fucking albums and shit. Like, nah, you just going on the weekend looking up 3 albums and
I'm
shit.
not gonna lie. I like all 3 of those. I like all 3 of those albums. So to me,
To put a Jaden Smith album even in the conversation with the Clipse album,
I think that is a very good week.
It was a
Personally.
good album too. It was a good
it's
album.
fine, but like, let's be real.
Yeah,
Yo.
I know. That's fine. Keep moving.
I know.
December 9, 2016, you had Do It Thou Wilt, Absol, you had For Your Eyes Only, J. Cole, and you had Free Black. And Stoney, yuck. Post Malone.
This week.
Easily that week. That week, what?
This week.
Stony? What?
I don't even listen to Post Malone like that, so I don't give a
Colonizer.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all
Either.
tripping.
And then what? Do What Thou Wilt was. I like that because I like Absol. The Talib Kweli album was straight too, and then what was the last one?
Black. Free Black.
I don't give a fuck about that. So.
Well, Black
that
went crazy
was
on that
tough.
album. That was a hard album. That was a.
All right.
I fuck with Black, and I listen to that, but like that doesn't really put it.
I got 2 more. All right. June 15th, 2018. Because I knew there was going to be a lot of 2018s in this. J-Rock Redemption, Nas Nazir, and Jay-Z and Beyonce, Everything Is Love.
This week.
Yeah, I'm taking this week.
This week, Chris?
This week too, because I think I didn't honestly.
I love Redemption, though.
Yeah, but Redemption is a great album, but
Those other 2 don't hold up.
I don't really like. I think out of that line of Kanye drops, Nasir was one of the weakest.
That was the weak. No, Tiana Taylor was the weakest.
I don't know, but actually, I think
I would say Nazir was second weakest, but I think Tiana was.
But when you
I think
had-
those are the bottom 2. I think that's
when-
undisputable.
When you had fucking Daytona, Kids See Ghosts, Yay, like
Those 3 are way better than the 2 we just
then
named.
was it 5 total? Was it just those
Yeah, it was
5?
5, yeah.
Okay. All right, what's the last one?
All right, last one. This one is a lot of names. October 2nd, 2018, you had White Bronco, Action Bronson, FM, Vince Staples, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, Metro Boomin, Moneybag Yo, Reset, K-Camp, Jay Critch, Styles P, dropped a big album, Dimebag, Swizz Beats, Poison, and Takeoff's Last Rocket.
There was a lot of DJ curated albums that week.
There was.
Or producer curated
Yeah.
albums, but really those first 2 are really the only. I thought Not All Heroes Wear Capes was kind of overrated, honestly.
I'm taking this
I
week.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed Moneybag Yo. I enjoyed actually every project that I listed, but
What was the first 2? First 2 I thought.
first 2, White Bronco, Action Bronson,
Great
FM,
album.
Vince Staples.
Also a great album. Not my favorite Vince Staples album. Probably my favorite. Action
Swizz
Bronson
Beats,
album.
Poison, Takeoff, Last Rocket, Jay Critch, and K Camp put out albums that week, and Styles P, Dimebag
This week.
this week.
This week.
So in the decade, we concluded as a collective that the best weeks in rap were Astro World, Swimming, Stay Dangerous, August 2018. I think it was like August 3rd or something like that. I didn't actually write down that date.
It was August 3rd, I think. It was the beginning of August for sure.
And then I think you said the week that Beautiful Thug Girls dropped.
Yeah, that was.
'Cause that was
fire.
Young Thug. Did you say that the More Life, Black Swan, and Rarer You Than Me? Did you take that over this week? No. You did.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. And I think those are some of the best weeks in hip hop history. So shout out to this week. This week was absolutely electric.
It was a good week.
A
Good week.
great week. Before we get out of here, I just want to shout out a few things. I'm glad you're here for this. A Kendrick Lamar course, Kendrick Lamar class is launched at Temple University. Shout out to Temple University for that. Shout out to Not Like Us for now being Diamond eligible. Shout out to Drake for headlining the Wireless Festival this weekend. That was really dope. He brought out Lauryn Hill last night. I don't
showed
know.
up.
I don't know what he did. Yeah, she showed up. I think he told her he was performing like 3 hours earlier than he did.
Of course.
But she showed up for Nice for What. That's really fucking dope.
That's
And
pretty dope.
that's
that
fucking-
very
that's
rarely
phenomenal.
happens when they bring like the artist they sampled onto.
Yeah, Lauren is the one too.
So that was a really dope flex. So shout out to Drake and then Travis Scott is dropping apparently this tonight. Jack Boys 2. I don't know what that means or what that entails. Lil Yachty.
I don't know who the Jack Boys fucking are really. Like, who does
Isn't
that
it
entail?
Don Toliver and like Sheck West?
Man, I think he's garbage.
I don't see it. First
I don't
of all,
know.
I already don't like Travis Scott, and like Don Toliver
I
is.
know, but Sheck West is part of Jack Boys. That's his label.
Right.
Yeah, it's Sheck
Who
West.
else is a
But
part of Jack
Do you
Boys?
really expect anything?
I just know
out of
Sheck West. I know Sheck West at the top.
Do you think
of the
Don
list.
Toliver is? I think Don Toliver is, right?
Let
Or
me
no?
see. Hold on.
I don't think so.
Dude goes on that. Lil Yachty announced 2 new albums coming soon. Denzel Curry announced an album coming soon.
Yeah.
Kid
Wait,
Cudi.
hold on. So you need context.
Oh.
Denzel Curry announced a collaborative album with A$AP Ferg. So
Did he? Oh
that's
man,
what I read. I hope I
Ooh.
didn't get outed again, but that's what I read.
Boo.
I don't think.
I don't
yeah.
need it. Yeah.
Tomatoes. Kid Cudi. Speaking of booze, keep the booze going. He announced an album August 22nd.
Boo.
All right.
You know.
Here's one nobody had on their bingo
Yeah,
card.
NFR podcast, collab mixtape, Denzel Curry.
Ugh.
Why would you do that to yourself?
You're on such a hot streak, Denzel. Don't ruin it. Sexy Red and Maroon 5 collab album.
What are we doing?
Hey,
Confirmed.
listen, man.
I love Maroon 5, don't get me wrong.
Whoa, that's left field. If anything,
Next.
Sexy
Nobody
Red,
had that on their bingo card.
Sexy Red makes the hits.
Yeah, but she is not going to perform. If she is even one step out of her
What the
element,
fuck is she gonna do on a Maroon 5 album?
I don't know, but she makes hits.
Dude, her
I don't
fucking.
know.
Her
She
feature,
does. I'm not denying that.
But her feature on that Justin Bieber album, which is like a step out of her element, was Dog Water. That shit sucked. Bro, come on. Like, that shit. I don't see that going well.
I don't know.
I
You
think
be
it
a little
does for
harsh on
different
female
demographics.
creators, so I have
it's
to
hard
listen
to go
myself.
left. It's hard
What's
to go
that?
bad with Levine.
What do you
what'd
mean?
you say?
Like who?
Huh? People who rap more dumbed down than the Ice Spice
No, alright,
section.
no. Ice Spice,
You
first of
definitely
all,
go a little hard on
No.
on that like
Ice
type.
Spice be talking about poop too much. I never said shit about Sexy Red though. That's a different story.
No, well, and I forgot who it was, but it was a couple of y'all hating on Sexy Red. I don't remember.
Sexy
I know
Red gets
Amir was
in.
one of them for sure.
Yeah, well,
But
no.
and I think you,
Amir.
nah.
No, first
Yeah,
of-
I think you trying to say she fell off for some
First
shit.
of all, no.
I asked a question. That's all I did.
I don't
I asked a
particularly
question.
dislike
That's all I did.
Sexy.
Don't raise those eyebrows.
I don't dislike
That's
Sexy Red, but it's like, let's be real about where you're going to be malleable.
No, I get it.
to
You
fit.
hate women rappers.
I know. Well, yeah, women. I'm an incel, right? Yeah. No.
How
yeah.
dare they pick up on
No,
that?
we do. Well, we had a
Pick up a spatula.
We had a multi-week discussion about Ice Spice, so but I don't dislike Ice Spice, but that album is still.
All right.
You go back and listen to that yet? Is it in your rotation?
It probably lasts like 2-3
Okay.
days.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't listen to female rap though. I said that.
I've heard that is the most.
I
cat
said
I've
that.
heard. You might as well put a hat on, dog.
He slaps
Right,
his
you
women
okay?
in the car.
I said I don't listen to female rap. I've been said that.
That's
But you listened to it 2 or 3 days ago.
Huh?
You listened to it 2 or 3 days.
Oh
ago?
no, I thought you were saying how much have I been playing it after it dropped, and I said like 2-3 days.
Oh,
Probably.
afterwards. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You were behind that album pretty hard, though.
yeah.
It was right around the event that we did, and I remember you like, I swear, but you
Yeah,
got the
you
ones
were,
on there,
you
yeah.
were-
But hey, listen, the beats that was on that album was alright.
Beat
I
selection
ain't
was
lie.
great. It was
That
fun.
nigga Riot hard as hell.
I-
Right.
Beats.
I-
Right, it was
yeah.
the beats.
Yeah, it was
Right,
the
it
beats.
was the beats.
The beats
for
hard
sure.
as hell.
For sure. That's all it was.
And where's your
Shout out Playboy Cardi for the first time in his career. He has 2 albums charting on the top 40 of the Billboard simultaneously. I Am Music and Die Lit
Crazy
making
to
a.
me that Die Lit re-entered the chart.
Yeah, so,
also, like, a whole lot of rap.
So the numbers were 34.6K units sold for I Am Music and 17.8K for Die Lit. So shout out to him. So Shout out to Playboy Cardi as well for dominating the charts, doing what he does. That just goes to show you, man, when you drop a good album, your back catalog grows from it. And that's really dope. So shout out to him.
And he got half of the top 10 debuts.
What's that?
He got half of the top 10 debuts.
What do you mean by that? What's that
I
metric?
sent it in the group chat. I got you. Oh yeah, my phone been tweaking out.
the
So my
Playboy
shit is
card.
not fucking sending.
Honestly, I think my phone has a
Let's
Playboy
say,
Cardi filter. I might have missed it.
That sucks. Let's say Playboy Cardi still holds 5 of the top 10 biggest streaming debuts of 2025 on Spotify.
I mean, that makes sense. He had one of the biggest first week sales of the year. I think he might have had the biggest, right? So far?
Mm-hmm.
He had,
Of rap?
I think I saw a statistic that he had the most top 10 charting songs of any album this year, I think, in the first week or something like that.
So shout out to Playboy Cardi, man.
Playboy Cardi's
Online,
on fire.
he's running up numbers. So shout out to him.
He's on fire.
Before we get out of here, man, I need an Anderson .Paak album before summer's out. Anderson .Paak, stop fucking around with Mariah Carey. Drop that album. Give me a summertime bop. That's all I'm asking. But thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of the Rap Cave Podcast. I'm your host Chris Platte, aka Platte Pods. What a dope group of people. I got Biirdie. I got Zeus. I got Big AP on the 1s and 2s.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all so much for tuning in and tapping in. Look, this was a longer ep, but it needed to be because of all of the shit that dropped. I wanted to give everybody their due diligence, and it was a great week of music, man. Nothing gets me exhilarated more than a great week of music. I was excited. I didn't even want to talk sports Friday. I put that in the group chat. I didn't even want to talk sports. I was ready to just talk music all day.
Man.
So shout out to this week, man. Shout out to all the artists that dropped. Like, comment, share, subscribe, help the Rap Cave grow. We got another versus dropping. If you haven't yet seen my masterclass that I did versus Biirdie and Kendrick and Lil Wayne, please go watch that. And then Biirdie had a redemption shot versus Jalen in Future versus Jay-Z. Make sure you tap in. Let me know how Biirdie responded coming off of the L. I can't wait to have y'all see that. That was a great video. I was happy to be a part of it. We got more verses coming. We got a lot of stuff coming, so stay tuned. Tap into Rap Cave Podcast.
Tap in.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good weekend. Peace.
Peace.